Does anyone know what time it is?
It's D&D time.
Woo!
1:35.
Do we have to declare our the time of each of our own time zones?
No,
Time's up. Yeah.
because no matter where you are, it's always D&D time.
It is always D&D.
I mean, someone's got to be playing somewhere.
Yes, people are, and is,
world
and
over.
we. And that being said, man, it's been a minute. Scheduling changes and people in different places, but here we are. We finally figured it all out. It's been a minute, but we're back with the Moonrise campaign. And we've had enough delays. There were some shenanigans we had to work through, some technical difficulties and some weird setups, and apparently people squatting in bathrooms and not in the way you think. So we're just gonna kind of get back right into where we left off last time, which, just because it was a while ago, I'm gonna succinctly just kind of wrap up what has occurred in the last session, which was the last time we were together. The party having left the defunct remains of Dire Jacques, seeing descending from the sky from glimmering copper portals, dragons, and with them warriors hanging from their sides. The Shalseer have arrived to bring order back to the region, to investigate all of the various claims that the party have discovered for themselves, to deal with the growing problems of the Crystal Plague and the werewolf infestation. Heading down the road further south towards the capital of Stenholm, the home of our one Nikolai, you encounter a group of riders, 3 riders, 2 of which are conscious, 1 of which is not, currently slumped in the saddle. They are quickly identified as guardsmen from the capital, Stenholm, sent here by Nikolai's sister to escort him and his compatriots back to the capital safely. But quickly, it is obvious things have gone awry. They report that they were attacked, ambushed by creatures that burrow themselves into the snow. Monsters that are uncommon for the area and are hideous in nature. And as such, with their friend being terribly wounded, most of them ride back towards the town that the party has just left, having the party forge onward with the warning of where these creatures ambush them, and in hopes something can be done about it. And sure enough, it doesn't take long, but nearing a point where the party begins to investigate and begin to see weird things about the environment, eventually an ambush does unfold and a fight breaks out. Where some of the members of the party are wounded, the monsters are all but dispatched, with several hints of trails of varying directions from where they've come from, predominantly heading or having arrived from the south, heading towards the capital. Any quick addendums that I might have missed?
Not
We
that are
learned that
important to the recap.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. In which case, we have returned. I'm just going to kind of drop you guys onto this map real quick so you guys just kind of get an idea of where you were, exactly where last. Which was on this snow-covered road, heading, well, you were originally heading south towards Stenholm, but you've encountered this fork in the road. The creatures in mass have been coming from the south, and you discovered evidence as such. And I believe the last decision that was made prior to this, prior to us finishing, was that you guys were going to go further south and confront whatever or wherever these creatures were coming from, to try to keep the people safe.
Nikolai.
Yes?
Our mission may not be able, or we may not be able to defeat all of those undead, but if we can at least take care of the tunnel in the ground that they're coming from, that may be a victory for us.
I agree. We'll have to scout out their total number, but if we if it comes to that, just closing their entrance until we can get more hunters, maybe people experience with this area out here would be a good idea.
And to be fair, I don't know if there are many people familiar with this area, considering your town is now empty.
Yeah, but hunters or maybe people more familiar with the creatures we are fighting, or than us, would might be more worthwhile than someone familiar with the ground. But we should go see before we move. Before heading too much farther, go scout out their area. I'm ready to go.
Does this cliff keep going down and skirt around the area that we're going to, or does it just,
no.
Okay.
It does. I mean, so it does continue for a little bit, but it heads west.
Gotcha. Okay. Trying to find a way that we might not just walk right into it.
I mean,
Well,
so
if you want to go scout it out, I can go on ahead. I took very little injury during our fight.
You shouldn't go alone if you can help it.
And you should be careful, those things close the distance very quickly.
I wasn't planning on going alone, just how about we not walk shoulder to shoulder this time?
Fair enough.
Then what do you
Agreed.
suggest you would?
Kind of spread out. But now we know they can explode.
Just you. I don't exactly know what kind of strategy you're exactly trying to describe.
We as a group should go scout this out and not stand next to each other. I don't know how else to describe it.
Really, not much other strategizing we can do without knowing where they are and how many.
DM.
mm-hmm.
It's gonna take a minute to like kind of look around and try and see in the distance what the sky looks like, if there's any like dark clouds rolling in, or even just how far she can see, like past trees. So.
Well, I mean, due to the nature that this has been a worked road, there are little places of clearance so you can sort of see beyond.
Okay.
The weather it doesn't look like it's going to be super favorable for you guys for too much longer. You think probably in the next hour, based off of some of the handful of darkened clouds that are up ahead, that you're going to start getting a much heavier snowfall incoming shortly.
Okay. Well, if we're going to move, we need to move fast. Those clouds will not be favorable when they get to us.
Upon hearing that, I want to druidcraft this for a more, I guess, maybe precise.
In the next 24 hours.
Like, basically, the general will show, will it be most of the time or some of the time, or?
A small orb is generated that is of a heavy dark gray cloud in a heavy amount of snowfall. And it just kind of keeps snowing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does look like it'll be like that for a while. Just gonna let it dissipate into the air.
Lars will he will sort of like take point poetic justice and start putting it back in its case, while retaining the dagger on his belt. And he'll just say, "Well, let us move quickly and swiftly, then. I cannot use this rifle; it's only got one more shot. But thanks to Nikolai, I have another dagger to use, so I should be fighting on the front as well."
Kenna, would you like to take a point with me? Have the rest of them fallen behind us?
I'm happy to, but you know what I'm like. I can sneak around.
I can do that.
Sounds like
We-
a plan.
You could
Do you
position
think-
yourselves. Go ahead.
Should you position yourself that much away from us? We're both the most you both tend to go in the front and handle yourself well. Meanwhile, we're less favorable when it comes to. I guess I'm just worrying if they might attack from a different angle, but never mind. I'm not one to strategize well.
If
It'd be a little too
we
worried.
could have-
I'll just stay with you.
that works too. We could also have with Gwen and Kenna in the front, Lars could be positioned in between those two and us two, as a he'll need to get in. He'd say more behind if our guard buddy is around.
Yeah, what happened to the NPC? Sorry.
That's a great question. I honestly didn't remember either because I didn't have a note for it. I know he arrived at some point, but I wasn't sure if he decided to ride back off or if he just was still here. I don't have a note in my
He was
notebook.
kind of with us. He came to tell us that the other two went to Dire Yacht.
Yeah.
No,
so I don't-
you guys knew that before he got here. That was what happened when you guys parted ways originally. They were going to ride back to town to see if the Shalcer could take care of their heavily injured friend.
Yeah.
And then the other one decided to stay back, and then he came back here. And so he's got to be here with you. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
he's
chose
gotta
it off.
I think he was going to help us find the route where they were mainly coming from.
Was it?
That's right, because
And I think we were strategizing with him where we needed to go, roughly.
he did tell us that the spot we fought was not the spot that got ambushed, and that I do remember that's what clued us into the little fight we had was not the big engagement, because he did say that this wasn't where they got ambushed at. It was
I
like
thought it
further
was
down.
farther
They were
down
ambushed
because
further
we
south.
traveled.
Yeah. Yeah, they were further
Yeah.
south towards like that hole that the bird told me about. So, all right, it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Just get the.
Gotta shake off the rust.
It's definitely been a hot minute. So yeah,
Well.
Lars packing up, is getting ready to move.
All
out of character, because I don't have a map for the players. Just I was thinking like Kenna's idea is to have us kind of within like a 60-foot to 100-foot space of each other. So like no one is further away. Like there's only like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's within a 100-foot bubble. Way within that bubble, y'all can choose, but like that away, there's some like malleable where we're not too far away from each other. Kind of a thing.
I think
Within sprinting
I think
distance
60
of each
feet.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 60 feet would probably be better.
Sprinting distance. They move
Well, I'm
faster
gonna
than
have-
us, so we should
I mean,
be able to aid each
You
other.
guys literally have like roughly like at least 100-foot space to work with here on the map, right? It's
Okay.
actually it's literally 105 feet across. So
Okay.
in that space, kind of literally figure out what your wide line formation looks like, so that we kind of know
So
going forward.
Well, at least we can put
Uh,
Kenna like in the front because we know Kenna wants to be in the front.
my plan is to stealth up.
Give me
I
your
wanna try
flying. Give me your flying V.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, how far do you want to be separate from How far in the front?
Does anybody remember what the distance those things explode in? Is it a 5-foot radius from them when they explode?
5 foot around.
Yes, it's like the square around them.
Yeah, okay. So that official, like a 5-foot radius around them is a 3x3, so it's 15x15. So keep that in mind when we're picking our spacing. And then I'm gonna have Emba stay around Lars, and that will make it to where he can get to any of you three with his movement, and then teleport if need be as an action.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have my wildfire spirit stay back there.
Like I said, begin rearranging.
Let's put Kenna in the very front. Just ignore the trees and whatever.
Yeah, just like disregard the terrain. You just use this as a standing point.
Move Kenna because we can't do that.
Yeah, we can't. Lars, do you want to be in the middle? In that, like the center with the back line behind you, like 20 feet, and then the sneaky scouts 20 feet in front of you, generally, or 30.
I mean, I don't because I don't need sight or anything like that with regards to shooting. I'm happy being anywhere really, either left or right, because there's not much else I can do. But if I'm within sprinting range of anyone, then that's fine.
Okay.
I got Doggy, remember, for company as well. So
yeah, so we actually could do groups of two with Kenna, Gwen, Lars, Porsche, and then Edelweiss and I, and guard boy. I can't. Oh, what guard? Which one was it? I have notes of the 3. Can't remember which one came up.
Are we using 10 as a forward point?
Anybody? There's a point of inspiration in for you if you remember which of the guards this is.
I'm sorry.
I think
the one who did most of the talking.
I was supposed to actually listen and figure out
one of them's Fisher, James, or Lowe.
Fisher. Lowe was the injured one.
We have the names of the guards. I'm asking which one is this?
The guards.
Fisher.
I believe this one was Fisher.
I'm going Lowe.
Lowe was the injured one. Lowe was the one that.
Lowe was definitely the injured one. Yeah, that's
Lowe's
the only one I remember.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That's the one I have noted as Lowe was the injured. And I believe, actually, trying to remember how that naming went. I think, because I believe the one that named them was the one on the horse, and I believe he said his name first, which was Fisher, because then he said that one's James and the injured one is Lowe.
Well,
I believe the one was Fisher.
I'll go with the majority of the group then. Fine, I'll go with the majority.
James is with us. Final answer.
Hargy, the wild card.
It's James.
Can you please finish organizing our formation?
Yes, it is James, by the way.
Yeah.
It is James. Darn.
I actually have a reason for that too, because if Fisher was the one on the horse, and that means he was the one who helped get the handmade stretcher back to the dire yacht with the horse.
That's correct.
Congratulations on the
James came up on his feet, so it's James. That's the logic I used.
You were correct.
Yeah.
All right, formation. Keep going.
Formation, please.
Yeah. By the way, is this the front or is this the front?
You guys are heading south, so the bottom of the map
but we
is the
can't
front.
move Kenna. We cannot move Kenna,
Yeah.
which is what I've been trying to say. So we have to move Kenna. We have to consider Kenna the front in this exercise.
Well, I mean,
Hey Dyer, just give Owl control of my token, and if we have to use a map, I'll just walk into my bathroom and look at the screen.
yeah.
That works.
Congratulations, Owl. Your dreams are coming true.
What?
What?
Don't worry about it.
What?
That's not.
Okay.
Am
Am I the only one uncomfortable
okay.
here?
Yeah, no.
No, it's my bathroom.
My bathroom.
So I'm gonna shut
Wow,
down.
he's
All of your
commandeering his own
bathroom dreams are coming true.
I'm gonna keep us spaced apart so if anything explodes between us, we don't die. We don't need
Yeah.
shake damage.
And Owl, let me know. You should have control over Kenneth's token.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Kendall's gonna
let's-
ask Lars, while y'all are moving your tokens, kind of just make a decision and figure that out. But I'm gonna keep role playing.
Let's see, and where did you want
Lars,
to
are
embed us
you-
today?
What? Just put by Lars.
So let's. Yeah.
If we have to fight, are you feeling up for it?
Yeah, I mean, I had close quarter training when I was younger, so I used to fence with my sister. It's nothing new. My rifle is my specialty, but I'm kind of handy with a dagger too, so I've got 2 of them, so 2 is better than 1.
You feel healthy enough to fight. Ken is trying to see how injured Lars is.
He is not in the slightest bit injured.
Okay, so it was Nikolai really who got screwed up?
Yeah, Nikolai was the one that suffered the most
Yeah.
damage in the last fight.
But he's decently fine now after a bit
After
of a
the
rest.
rest? Okay.
And all his hit
So,
die, yeah.
Ken is gonna look around and just try to see if anyone's just openly bleeding, because this is me not remembering who got bodied in that fight last time.
It was really just Nikolai.
Okay, because he's the one who went unconscious. All right.
Nikolai
Plays
got
the
bodied
yo-yo
last
game.
fight.
He got super
Big
bodied.
surprise. Wow. A guy with 30 health gets bodied? Wow.
Guy with 30 health spends a whole fight yo-yoing. At least half of it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was
Only
it.
portion of that caused by himself.
Another thing. When everyone's ready for us to head out, keep in mind we have about an hour until that snow hits us. But if we are smart enough, we may be able to use it to our advantage. They like to hide and cause an ambush, but we also can too. More snow means more cover.
And also, if we continue through with our plan of a illusion and making the ground shake, it would give more credence to it, making our trickery a little bit more effective.
Well, whenever we get there, we should move now. We'll set up shop. She wouldn't say that. That's a Kyle thing.
Kinda doesn't know what a shop is.
What is a shop?
Or y'all.
What's a y'all? All right. Who are the stealthy boys?
Me.
May
Should
I will also stealth.
Nicholas?
How far?
Are we
Yeah,
going?
Nicholas
How
gonna
far?
try
How,
himself.
how
Yeah.
far ahead am I from everybody? Like how far forward am I?
Currently,
You
30
are-
feet. You and Gwen
so
are
you are
ahead of everyone by about 30, 35.
Except for
yeah,
Is Gwen parallel to me or behind me?
parallel.
parallel.
Would
Okay.
you rather it be behind you?
We should stagger it like a zipper between me and you a little bit.
Okay. I think
I would say-
So
Back.
if I need,
Like that.
if I'm 40 feet ahead is fine too, because I have a lot of movement.
and I'm gonna be with the fire spirit as well.
Correct.
Okay,
I
so
will
yeah, it
stealth
chains.
ahead.
It chains from Kenna to Gwen 15 feet, from Gwen to Lars 20 feet, from Lars to Nikolai 25, and Nikolai to Edelweiss 30. Although Nikolai and Edelweiss are pretty parallel to each other.
Okay. Cool.
So we are all stuffing, which is I guess
Except for the
I-
guy on the horse.
Yeah, poor guy.
And he's in the back.
Although I guess if Nikolai's trying to actually be, he'll just ride further back.
Okay.
AKA he's the bait.
that's
He's the rear guard.
Just a reminder.
Nobody
Owl,
told him.
We both do have disadvantage. If you forgot.
Huh?
We both had
Y'all have
on stealth.
disadvantage. Y'all both are
Exhaustion.
exhausted, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
1 point.
Just a reminder.
So that's
Never
why I'm trying to get ahead.
That's a 24 in stealth.
Talking.
Oh, I thought that was mine. So that's a 12 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna get that anyways, so.
Alright,
I also got a 12.
Oh, good thing I am up ahead.
Would
I
this
rolled a
count as a
15.
group stealth check
No,
because of our distance? Okay, it's just
it
individual.
won't because of your distance.
Okay. cool,
Everyone's
I don't
individual
feel-
numbers matter more.
I have a
I'm not
17.
I'm only gonna screw myself
Okay,
then, which is
17.
fine.
Oh
Did
wait, I
we
need to.
at
Porsche. 2 seconds.
Porsche?
I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog
Sorry. Dog roll.
So what about Emba? or
Yeah,
or
working on
are
it.
they just there?
Well, I mean,
Not working on
Emba
it.
does glow as well, so it's like,
God damn it, Porsche. That's a 10.
Emma doesn't actually
Oh my
glow.
god.
all right, you're right, he doesn't.
Emma emits no light.
It's that weird no light fire
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
some effects have.
Correct.
I'm still gonna need a stealth check from him though.
Yeah. I believe they just get my stealth roll for proficiency, and I don't know what their dex is because it's not pulling it up. So
Does it get your
Roll.
proficiency in stealth?
it gets all of my proficiencies.
Really? I guess I need to update that
That's
clock. But it's
That's
got
what the sheet on D&D Beyond does.
it's got a +2.
Rolling. Yikes! I rolled a 12, and my proficiency is a +2. So if its dex is a +2, that's a 16.
Your proficiency should be a +3.
On my sheet, it's a +2.
Well, you guys are level 5,
Are
aren't you?
proficient?
What?
We're,
Level 6.
we're,
Oh,
we're
I mean,
6, so
well,
it's a plus.
point being, that's even worse. Your proficiency bonus at this level is 3.
Oh, that's right. I'm not proficient in stealth. I just have a +2.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay.
There you
I mean, I rolled a 17. So 17 total. I mean, 15 +2. I was looking at it wrong. Emma rolled a 12, and if it has any
+2.
bonuses,
A +2.
so we both, yeah. So 14 and 17.
Gotcha. James just isn't stealthy. He's on a horse.
Nay.
Nay. All right.
I'm
With the
actually
in-
gonna have Ember hovering because he can.
how high would you like him to hover?
Like, just off the ground.
Okay.
Just, yeah, off the ground.
What was the animal form the spirit's currently in?
Small beer.
So is it like doing the dog paddle in the air?
It's just walking, but there's like it's just kind of like walking, but every time he steps, there's like a faint like red halo that kind of like is under the paws. It's keeping him afloat.
Oh, okay, that's really cool and cute. Small bear.
Okay. After much deliberation and organization, the group heads further south. Being as quiet as humanly possible. After about 10 minutes, following along the edges of the road, moving your way through the snow and the trees, Kenna, you notice with your passive perception, there are a couple of indentions in the snow, with a couple of discolored stains left behind. And you're fairly confident this is where some of these creatures have been burrowed previously.
Okay. How far away?
I mean, like, you kind of just come upon one. And then you can
Oh.
kind of spot a few others in the distance. because they're just like they're just these sinkholes in what is otherwise unmarred snow.
Is there, like you said, I come across one, so it's just kind of next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like hold my left hand up so the party to like signal stop, and I'll just point at the hole quietly, and I'm gonna take Pyre and just kind of like wipe the axe head through the snow.
Okay.
Just to see if I can uncover anything in the snow.
There's really nothing there.
Yep. Okay.
Just snow, and eventually, you'll hit solid ground.
It's like discolored, blood discolored, or
Yeah. These creatures, as a brief reminder, these monsters you fought, they were humanoid in appearance, but it seems like if you took this is gonna be such a terrible description. If you took the average skin suit off of a person and then tried to stretch it on someone 2 sizes too large for them, that's kind of what they look like.
just saggy meat bag.
Yeah. So they have areas where they're kind of leaking juices, and they smell horrific. So
Gross.
yes. These were not pretty creatures. I mean, if you guys need a reminder, I'll just show you the token. They were they were not pretty. Let me just quickly find them.
Yeah.
And some of them have malformations and things of that nature. I'll throw this into the Discord chat. In case,
Why are the
Bag.
ribs over the muscles?
isn't that a great question?
Would you like to know?
Evolution's a hell of a drug.
That's not.
I didn't say good evolution.
Got me
Chat,
there.
did you put this in?
Does it look like the indentations are like a 5-foot square?
Roughly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put in the roll.
How? Okay. I say, how far are they like kind of spaced out? Like the other ones that I noticed.
There is no obvious pattern.
Okay.
All
right.
Some are as close as 15 feet.
Intelligent.
You can make either an investigation check or an insight check.
Okay. Yeah, she's trying to see if there's any kind of like intelligent pattern, at least to maybe not spacing, but like using cover, or like if they, if more of these indentations seem like they're favoring a certain type of spot. What were your options?
Insight or investigation?
I don't think either of those are different for me. Insight or investigation.
Your
Yeah,
insight should be
solid
better if we're talking about lack of
4.
efficiency.
Yep. Okie dokie. That is a 13
Okay.
for insight.
I mean, so you take a little bit of time kind of inspecting the surroundings and seeing how they've sort of burrowed. You can quickly identify maybe about 6 or 7 different positions where they've done these sort of they've dug these sort of ambush pits.
Yeah.
There's pretty much no rhyme or reason.
Okay.
The only thing you can connect based off of the last combat you just had with them is that they move incredibly fast. They are all within reach of each other's positions by more or less 1 turn.
Okay. So it's like kind of random burrowing, but I can tell that they're all within each other's movement space.
Yes, yeah. So they can react and ambush as a group very effectively.
Yep, yeah.
Otherwise, they don't really seem to like favor like going near trees or rocks or places for cover.
Okay. Cool. Kenna will just kind of like turn back and if we trigger one, we'll trigger all of them. And we'll turn around and continue to stealth forward. That's all I got.
I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good a second time.
The spell?
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. why my thing is taking forever to load.
No worries, guy. I know how that feels.
Okay, so that's gonna be up for 10 minutes and a 30-foot radius. While walking through the area, you don't have any immediate pings that would concern you.
Okay.
But much like before, you do get remnants of where these things had previously come from. Which is more or less all the burrowed positions that Kenna has identified.
Gotcha. And it just seems like leftovers, not like...
Yeah, no, there's barely faint whiffs of them.
Okay, just want to make sure they didn't leave any zombie eggs in there or something.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, no discernible hits whatsoever. Just kind of wisps.
How far did we make it?
I mean,
So we found these.
like I said, you went about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Turn around and continue walking. Keeping a second eye on the, sky color for cloud.
I heard there was a question from Nikolai in the back.
Okay.
What?
I thought I heard you trying to speak up.
Oh, no. I was looking at class. Sorry.
Okay. In which case, you continue to press on.
Yes.
You continue down the road. It climbs up into a small hill, at the top of which you eventually climb up to. The snowfall has increased, reducing visibility a small amount. But off in the distance, from this position you're standing on, it would have normally been difficult to see. But from this current position, elevated as you are, and due to the unnatural nature of it, it stands out. Off in the distance, some 300, 400 feet, following just along the road and then just off to the side of it, there is a glowing, dark, purple, black sphere of some kind. And it just kind of quivers and shakes. It shrinks and then expands. And you can just see it off in the distance with this unnatural glow tinting all the snow in that area purple.
Well, when Kenna comes across this, she's gonna kind of like get down and kind of go commando crawl and wave to the other people to like catch up to the hilltop and then get down.
Okay. Get down.
Bars upon seeing this will copy. And Portia will do that thing where dogs do where they just like crawl on their bellies.
Belly crawl.
Yep.
Will do.
Yep.
Okay, we're all reuniting then in a similar position now that we're going for.
Except for James, because he can't belly crawl with his horse.
Because he's on his high horse.
He's just gonna stay on the backside of the hill, not wanting to reveal himself, while you guys climb further forward and regroup briefly. But once you're atop the hill, and you can see off in the distance, all of you can very plainly see this shifting, pulsating sphere of darkness.
But there's no giant hole in the ground?
Nope. Not that you can see. Damn it, the bird was lying.
Yep.
Damn you, James.
Is it about the right time that we would have come across something like that?
Is it the right time to have come across a magical hole?
Yeah. Yeah, like from the descriptions that we have been given, would the time travel be approximately the right amount of time travel to find something?
Well, the information predominantly about where this was given to you by a bird.
Yes.
So, as
Very
reliable as a
source.
bird is, with their 2 intelligence.
Okay, that was a very
Very
smart bird.
reliable bird.
He rolled very well.
He did roll very well, which is why you got information. I never said it was 100% reliable. You did have to bribe him with worms.
God damn you, Burb.
Um.
So, can we
How
make a
far,
check to see if we know what this is? Because I'm assuming it's a portal, like the title. But do our characters know that?
Yeah, like
I mean,
what is?
He's been talking, but we can't hear him, so.
I haven't been talking.
Okay.
If you're,
Or
if you,
he has.
okay,
There we go.
hooray!
Weird. Phone reset. Anyways, Ken asks if anybody has a clue as to what this is. And this purpose is of hole. It does the same thing as a hole in the ground would, so it could be the same object.
Is there a check for this, or is it just too alien?
Is there a check to determine if it's a hole?
No, what it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can make a check to see if you can make an educated guess as to any greater details, but I mean, most of you are well educated enough to sort of go, well, that's not normal, and it's certainly magical. So yeah, I mean, if you want to try to guess greater details, you're more than welcome to make an Arcana check or a religion check, kind of whatever floats your boat.
Ooh. I have a bigger bonus on religion, but I feel like Arcana may give more information.
That's entirely up to you.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm
Who's
going
going to do the big
go with.
thing?
I'll make a religion check. Here we go. Click.
You said the word.
He did say the word.
That's a 19. It was the 20. It goes to a 27 with a +8.
Well done.
Someone is well read.
Well, so I mean, first of all, Nikolai, a lot of these things you've encountered so far in the last, 2 hours have been completely alien to you. It's not like, this happens this time around this particular season every year, right? Like, this has all been very strange.
Yeah.
There's something going on. And seeing this off in the distance, you have a decent understanding because you've heard people talk about this. Because it does happen every once in a while. It's just whether or not if you are the unfortunate one to experience it in Bellwind, or really anywhere else in the world. You look at it and you know this tear that you're staring at, this dark void of swirling black and purple energy, is an arcane manifestation. It's not a sphere of darkness. It is a portal to the murk. And when a portal to the murk manifests on this plane, creatures from the murk love to run through and cause havoc.
Okay. He'll start with that is a portal to a different plane. I've heard about it a little bit. I am unsure if we will be able to close such a thing, but there are probably creatures around here. Need to be careful of that, but that is bad.
Myra, have I ever heard of anything like this?
Religion check.
Okie dokie.
I don't want to know if I've ever heard of anything like this, but have I ever heard of the Merc?
History or religion check.
Okay.
12. Rocking those 12s today.
Gwyn, you have heard tale amongst all of your travels that occasionally random portals tear open to other planes of existence sometimes, and most of the time they are associated with the negative plane, otherwise referred to as the Mercure or the Merc for more common tongue, where nothing good lives.
I just got an 8.
Well, I will dumb down what Gwyn just got, which is, you know, there is a negative plane of existence where basically everything that is bad or could manifest as bad lives, and it's separate from this.
Horror stories told in the clan.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
It's the bad place.
No place. Have I heard any stories of people closing these or how they get dealt with?
Not with your number, no.
Damn.
You do know that they close, otherwise why would, I mean, you're smart enough to just logic the fact out that people do close them, otherwise the world would have just been consumed by now. Like, portals would just keep opening and people would just be dead. So there is a method, for sure. You just don't know what it is.
So what do you want to do, Nikolai? It's your land and your people.
Go to say good afternoon to Thrick, wake him up, and ask him, does he have any experience with closing planar portals?
What a good question. Let me quickly go get my voice mod booted up because I forgot about threats.
Yeah.
Forgot about Thrickle-Eye.
Rude.
Oh no.
Thrickle-Eye. Yeah, you're right. I did forget about Thrickle-Eye.
And
wakey.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, we got another thing. Just in case, I'm gonna say that he can answer through me to the rest of the party.
Hey, Thrix, you're old as balls. How do we handle this?
Yeah.
That is an odd expression. I don't understand what that means. As to my experience in dealing with extraplanar travel and portals, I find there is always an anchor that is involved. However, the type of portal that we see beyond, I do not have any recollection of or experience with. It is a type that is unknown to me. However, planes or portals from other planes of existence, such as the primary elemental planes of existence, typically have something that keeps them in place. Usually, stepping through the portal, you will be able to find something that anchors it, and then by removing it, destroying it, or dispelling any type of magic surrounding it, will then snap close the portal.
Okay. So,
I caught only half of that because of the voice mod.
Did anyone catch everything?
long story short, there might be something holding it to this plane, and if we find it and destroy it, it may snap closed or dispel it, or the portal.
So
the portal itself.
The TLDR is, Thrix basically said, yeah, there is going to be some sort of anchor just on the other side of the portal that if it's manipulated in some way, typically removed or destroyed, it will close the portal. But the other point of detail that is probably good to note, which is he said he does not have any particular experience with this type of portal or its energy. It's foreign to him.
Okay, now that I think I can talk, because I think it was not working earlier. I have some experience with portholes, and I know that portholes sometimes open up from the Power of Wilds and the home plane. Are there anything different I can glean from knowing about these? Or
You
how
can
much
make
do I know about them in general?
you can make a nature check.
Okay. I'm good at these. You know, if I was in disadvantage. I saw a 20, and I saw that 6. But it was gonna be the 6 anyways. So that's a no.
Mhm. Well, that's just it. You know, you have associations due to where you're from about how portals can sometimes pop up. But the laws and rules there are very different, and you don't know how they are opened or manipulated because you don't have the abilities, and the people you do know have never gone into great detail about them because there's just never been a need.
Is it even safe to step through there?
Probably not.
Then what's the plan?
I can fly over, not touching the ground, and get a better look of the land. See if there are any monsters around before we get closer as a group.
That could be helpful.
Okay. Nikolai spend 3 psi points, cast fly on himself.
And Nikolai begins to gently hover off of the ground. The snow kind of just pluming away from him from an invisible force.
When Nikolai goes to take off, Ken is going to take, kind of like back up a little bit behind the party's line on the hill, take a knee, and I want to ritual cast Water Walk on everybody.
Okay. Well, I will keep that in mind.
Including Nick? Or?
You're going to have to stay there for the 10 minutes it takes Kenna to ritually cast Water Walk.
No. Okay, he's doing some recon. He's gonna fly. I'll say good like 20, 30 feet off the ground just to make sure like they definitely can't cause any interference there, and then scout it, see if there's any mounds, anything out of ordinary besides the planar portal, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, make me a perception check.
Also, do I need a new stealth check? Because he would be trying to do this as.
Are you trying? You trying to be stealthy?
Yeah. Yes.
Then yes, I need a new stealth check.
Okay.
Which I think is mostly to your favor. Or it can just stay the same.
Same thing again.
Yep.
Yeah. But hey, that's a 29 perception, almost a natural 20.
Okay. Well, flying 30 feet up, Nikolai, kind of staying low and slow, keeping nearer to the edges of trees and using them as cover, you kind of move from position to position and you continue to get closer. It is only when you get within about 150 feet or so of the portal that you begin to see, from high above, several positions around the trees and rocks surrounding the portal where you can very clearly tell where creatures have burrowed themselves in.
Okay.
But you also watch, now that you have a better position where you're a bit closer, you see as 3 or 4 more of the creatures that attacked you guys earlier come out of the portal and kind of sprint off on all fours into different directions.
Okay. And also with that perception check. Can I see if there's anything anchoring on this side, on this plane, like in the snow? Like
How close do you want to get? You're currently 100. You're currently 150 feet away from it, so you can't really make out great details of anything around or behind the portal. It's not like you can see through it either, right? So like, you got to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
You got to get within 50 feet at least if you want to try to make out some details.
Okay. Well, he's not wanting to do that just yet without informing the party. So he's going to memorize the positions of those burrowed and then where the other ones are running off or hiding. Fly back to the party. Say where they are, what's going on. And then he'll ask, while I have this up, should I get closer? I can hover above the ground, but it would still be dangerous by myself to get closer to try and find any more information about this.
About how many are there?
By your count of what you saw burrowed, about 11.
11.
I don't like the idea that going up to that thing and making a lot of noise in front of it won't just draw more arguably uglier things through.
Exactly. That's why I'm hoping that maybe without touching the ground, I could find some way to close it, and then we can deal with the problem. But for that, I need to get closer, and I didn't want to risk that without at least telling you what I saw.
I don't think there's any way we can really accompany you if you do go in. You just have to be careful.
But I do know that there's not, at least as far as I'm aware, that there's not many more mounds, so we can probably move up a little closer to where, in case I don't see anything, we can make a choice there. But we can probably get closer at least.
I have a feeling
how
that
much of it-
things
Go ahead, you keep going.
will get real bad really quickly if we do anything wrong. I don't like any of
Probably.
this.
Neither do I.
Nikolai, do you know how big of an area they are burrowed in? Roughly.
Please answer that question that I do not know.
What was the question exactly?
Rough area that they're buried, like the rough area size that they're buried in, whether it's
Size?
like 60 foot, 80 foot, 100 foot, yeah.
Over about a 100 foot by 150 foot area in front of the portal.
In front of, not around.
Decently.
Here, I guess I'll just save you guys the trouble.
No, that's okay. I just kind of
Okay.
know.
No, I mean you can't even see Kyle, so this is just for this is for Nikolai's information, so he can relate to you a little better.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, what a map. I already see a tactical either disadvantage or advantage there. Oof.
Well, how about you start relaying information, my guy?
Yeah, so general makeup of the land is the portal seems to be on a higher ridge, and the pass it is on top of a cliff. The cliff has a split sort of in the middle of about 15, 20, 25 feet wide. That is the only pass to get up to the portal. Where we'd be coming from is like sparse trees and snow, but that like pass. Is the cliff the same height as the last one, which is like what, 15 feet tall generally?
They're 10 feet. It's about 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay. So yeah.
I just put it. I put it
There's
in the.
that.
I put it in the Discord chat as well.
and the portal is in the bottom right.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those, this
I hand scribbled that in, so. But yeah, it's basically in the bottom right, just above the logo for that gentleman who made this beautiful map.
which is it's really.
Right,
And
nice
they're-
memoriam.
And they're all within. Actually, yeah. How many are on the cliff nearest the portal, and how many are below it?
Funnily enough, from your observations, none are on the cliff. They're all dotted in the trees below it.
Huh.
Here, I'll just give you a quick series of pings, places you saw.
Okay. That is a wide net.
In what direction are we looking at it from?
You guys would be all
I'm
right. Whoever's on their drawing tool, you got to calm down.
It looks like a bike.
I
mean-
drew the general area where you ping them in.
Hold
I
on.
think it's
Is
useful.
that what this is? I mean,
yeah,
kind of.
You ping here
Yeah,
and there.
I see it. I see it. Yeah.
here.
I mean, kind of. As the guy who can actually see where they are, I'm like,
I pinged
No.
them closer to the trees where they actually are, but like I just drew the general vicinity
fine.
where you
Here.
pinged them.
I'll just be polite since Nikolai rolled incredibly high, and I'll actually draw the spots, so we don't have to have this weird bicycle on the screen.
Yay! High
I was
perception.
just trying to be helpful.
And it works. It would probably be a little bit more accurate of a draw if I didn't roll
Put
29.
Wheels on it.
Yeah, with wheels on it. Okay. Nice.
There you go.
With that information, relaying it to the group, I could realistically, if I'm quiet enough, get close to the portal and have some time to examine it without any of the creatures seeing. It's since there are none that I could see by the portal. Although more did come out of it when I was viewing, like 4 more. And they ran off, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is something. They ran off. Did they run to the ones buried and bury themselves, or did they just run off in a direction?
They ran off west and east. Like it was like
Okay.
they came out, kind of looked around their surroundings, and like cheetahs just darted off very rapidly in different directions.
Ah, scary. Wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. So if I believe I'll be fine because I'm pretty fast when I have fly. But I just say be ready to start running. Oh, also, roughly how far from the top of the map are we away from it? Where the
so yeah, so from the top of the map, you guys are about 200, 300 feet away.
Ah.
You're on a raised hill. Granted, this is important to note because you guys were following roughly the road that was heading south. The portal is off of the road to the southwest.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is why there's no road.
Roughly, yeah. So roughly 2 or 3 turns of dashing, flying, which is 120 feet around, or a turn, and I could get there and get back.
Granted, you will be significantly less stealthy dash flying to reach it. Just to let you know.
Superman
Yeah.
across the terrain.
Yeah, because you're gonna be
That's-
shaking branches. Snow's going to be falling. Yeah, you're gonna be making a lot of noise dash flying.
Like emergency booking it if I need to.
Well, yeah, escaping, very different. For the record, the more you guys talk, the more that fly spell time ticks down.
Yeah.
I have a mental clock going in my head on it. So let's see.
I don't know how long fly lasts, but
Okay.
water walk lasts for an hour.
Fly lasts for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Oof.
So it will end by the time that you cast your water walk, which is not a problem if we get some more information out of it, of which, if you guys are okay with it, he's going to go back. Probably start higher, like instead of 30 feet off the ground, 60 feet off the ground, now that he knows the general area, and try and like arc over and get within 50 feet of the portal to see if y'all are okay with it.
It's your flight, man. You make that call.
Just
Go
don't
do your magic
land.
stuff.
Yeah. I don't.
So,
Was there a ranged one?
Not that you can recall.
Okay.
They were very animalistic. They just fought with claws.
I'd say it's a pretty safe bet.
I just need to get this right in my mental picture. So you have just Supermaned off to the portal a second time.
Yep, he's going. But he's not full booking it.
Okay.
Not yet.
So this is all happening within me ritually casting. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yeah. You're ritual casting, and Nikolai's doing this in the interval.
Okay. I just want to make sure I get it clear. That's
Yep.
all.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Nikolai, stealth check.
Will it be another 12?
I'd be surprised if you got 3 12s in a row.
Oh my god, I did!
That's wow.
We have
That
summon.
10 stuff.
Yeah.
Color
Yeah.
dire surprised.
I am thoroughly colored and surprised by it.
That's special.
He also
You know
got
what's
15 as
even-
well.
Yeah,
So he
Yeah,
got,
215 if I had advantage.
Yeah, I scrolled up to see if the other one was also 15, but it was a 19.
it's a 19.
It was close, but not exactly. But yes, another 12. Wow.
Okay.
Very consistent.
Well,
Join me in 12 territory.
so this is going to be important for you, Nikolai. Before you close the entire distance that you want, you begin flying over 60 feet high. You're up 60 feet this time, higher up than you were before. And you're still using these trees for cover, trying to make sure you don't get noticed, trying to reduce visual line of sight as best as you can. But you don't predict the fact that one of these trees, just the way when you kind of briefly brush by it, the force of the fly shakes a bit of snow off, and you just watch as it falls, and then 2 of the mounds nearby shake, and the creatures reveal themselves. And one's just kind of like, and the other one just snatched straight up to you and sees you. And it lets out this
Crap.
disgusting, vicious, gurgling howl. And you watch as the other mounds begin to shake.
Yeah, honestly though, as long as you don't land, that got the job that we were trying to get done.
Yeah. I was gonna try before he looked at me. I'm like, oh, maybe it was just a bird. I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy to make it sound like a bird took off. But no, he saw me. Okay.
Yeah, he beat your stealth check. He rolled the natural 17.
Wow. Ah, man, you mean the 12? Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Woo, who'd have thought? A mastiff could have found you.
Hey, a mastiff can smell.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's the joke. Like, mastiffs are supposed to be guard dogs good at catching thieves, but they only have a passive perception of 12.
Oh.
Wow. Good to know.
Wow.
Wow.
So Nikolai's gonna take a second. Not move. Of course, all the mountains are moving or starting.
Yeah,
to move and
they're
stuff.
shaking. They're starting to unbury themselves.
The one that saw me. What
Yep.
does it do? Does
It begins climbing the tree it's nearest.
Ah!
It's
gonna
and
go-
quickly. It's 25 feet up that tree real quick.
Okay. Another 30 feet in the air, so I'm 90 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
and gonna start making my way to the portal real fast.
Okay.
You should make a check to make sure you know how much time you have left on your spell, because you don't want to be 90 feet up and fall.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart boy, so I'd assume that Nikolai would know how much time he has left on his spell. But, Dyer, do I know?
You have about 2 minutes left.
Ah! Okay!
Yeah, you guys did a good bit of talking.
Yep. So, well, stealth's out the window right now. They know where I am, so I can go quicker now. Good old dash to the portal.
And you zoom over there very quickly, and you kind of glance back over your shoulder while you do, and you watch as many of these creatures have unearthed themselves, and they begin climbing some of the 150-foot tall trees that are nearby, trying to get up closer to your height.
Oh boy. Okay. Quickly now, gonna dive to within 50 feet of portal. Try and get a good look over it. Cursory glance.
So yeah, how close do you get to it? This matters.
You said 50 feet.
I did say within 50 feet. I'd like to come within. I'll stay within 40 feet at an angle to where, like, if it was like a doorway, I could sort of see into it. Idea, like, if in his mind it may be
just looks like it just looks like darkness. Like when you're flying up, you can tell that you can't see through.
Okay, within 40 feet then.
Okay. Make a perception check.
This is the one. I'm gonna spend an inspiration. No, wait. Nope. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna take the 15.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like them moving.
Yeah. So this is part of what I'm just about to tell you. Because, as mentioned, the one howled and immediately began climbing the tree, and the other ones, as they have unburrowed themselves and are kind of gathering what's going on, they quickly saw that they have a friend going up a tree, and they all immediately started climbing up the trees, regardless of knowing what was going on. And you do notice, just with a casual shoulder glance, there is a different variation of this creature that you're now observing.
I noticed
there is one that is slightly denser, more muscular, and of a off greenish hue.
Good to know.
And they begin racing up these trees, digging into the bark with their claws. Good news for you is that they don't seem to have a climbing speed. But due to their innate crazy amount of speed, they're making really good time.
Yeah. Feel bad for those trees and me and
Yeah, maybe you in a second. Don't worry about the trees. Worry about yourself, you know? You fly over, you're kind of paying attention and listening to all the noise of these creatures as they begin unburrowing themselves and screeching into the air in pursuit. And you get closer to the portal. Immediately around it, there are no obvious signs of anything being unusual. There's no weird shapes hidden by snow. There's nothing by any of the trees or rocks. There's nothing on this side that would let you know there's what you're looking for. You think your best bet would be to step through the portal. To find the anchor. I'm not saying your best bet at survival is doing that. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that is the very exact opposite if you're looking to survive.
Let's use the Mastiff. I believe a Mastiff would know that. Let's not stick their head in the sort of the planar portal that a whole bunch of evil creatures are coming out of.
You ever played Tomb of Annihilation? There's a trap. There's a trap in that module where it gives you incentive to stick your head through a large enough opening for you to peer through, and all it does is instantly disintegrate the character's head. No save, nothing, instant death. So I'm just saying, you know, it's not always the best choice to stick your head randomly into things.
When has that ever stopped us before?
You're right so far, but I'm hoping to change it.
Look, we just okay. Yeah, finger guns, heading out. See y'all pals later. It's like, so it's with what, roughly like a minute 30, minute 45? How long did that take to like zoom to the portal, examine it for a second? We're like, there's nothing here on this side.
2 rounds. But yeah, for the sake of keeping numbers happy and round, 15 seconds is a good number.
Okay. That's enough time to hightail it pretty high into the air to where they sort of don't have it.
It's a real good idea. How high do you go? The trees around here are very tall.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you said like 100.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can blame Kyle for this. They have great elevation now. I've now been paying much a closer attention to my own personal surroundings, and yes, trees are very tall.
Yeah,
Trees
they
are tall.
A 30-foot tall is a very small tree.
It's a very small tree, yes. Congratulations, you're now looking at the very average of 90 being the smallest.
Yeah, fun. You said 150 or so?
Yeah, roughly around there. And they're more than by this point they're more than halfway up the trees. The first one that identified you is 3/4 of the way up the tree.
Quick math. Let's go. Oh, I would have enough time. Let's go 300 feet in the air.
All right. It's gonna get really cold.
A good double.
But yeah,
he's a little bit higher than that now.
Yeah. That's fair. All right. Yeah, you can zoom straight up.
He'll just Iron Man his way up there.
And the group of you off in the distance, hearing these yowling creatures off in the distance, you now begin to hear a different series of noises that sound agitated. As you kind of observe just, what is the black form of Nikolai just kind of and up into the mist and cloud line above. Nikolai, I assume you're going to trend back towards the group?
Yes, and along with the height and whatever, of course, with enough time to land safely without dropping from 300 feet, try and lead them away or lose them not going towards the party. He doesn't want to draw them towards the party.
Bring them here! What are you doing? Bring them here!
Says the bird flying 300 feet with me. Sounds oddly like kind of.
Well, so observable to the group, not to you, Nikolai, because you're quite high up. You just can't see them after you pierce a certain height. But it becomes very clear to you guys on the hill that when Nikolai vanishes, they spend a decent amount of time just kind of looking for him, and they don't seem to know where he's gone. So after a moment, Nikolai, when you descend back below the layer of the mist and fog from the weather, you kind of peer off in the distance. You can see some of them are still high up in the trees, several of which have begun kind of scratching their way down on their claws. They have seemed to have lost sight of you.
Cool. He will go and regroup then.
Regroup, Nikolai does.
Lands.
If he lands within my 10 minutes and my 10 minutes finishes casting and he's actually landed, can he get it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think they had to be there for the whole 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just at the end when you actually finish the cast.
Yeah. All right. Easy.
Yeah, so right around the time Nikolai's fly wears off, Kenna's ritual finishes.
Okay. Oh, were you gonna say something?
No, it's just gonna be, you guys all have this weird moment where you become weirdly, like, buoyant. And where you guys were kind of like standing partially into the snow, you just kind of go, whoop, and you rise up like several inches above the snow.
Nikolai lands on the snow as it's finished casting, so he's still just like, boom. I would think that'd make more of a print. Oh well. Yes. Well, one, they noticed me, but luckily did not lead them back here, so we still have that choice. And I couldn't see anything on this side of the portal that would do an anchor or something like that. We'd probably have to step to the portal, and I'd rather not. So.
Or the anchor
Plan.
could be with one of those creatures.
Maybe.
Tana doesn't know how portals work. She's just spitballing here.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think any of us know how
One thing-
portals work.
One thing is, though, they're out of their burrows. If we were to attack now, they wouldn't have the ambush advantage that they'd be hoping for.
I just want to confirm that your Ken is done casting.
Yes, you are done casting.
Because they're already. We all heard all that noise, right?
Yeah, it was not quiet.
I'm going to quickly try to get back to the top of the hill and glance into the trees and see if they're still in the trees.
By the time you go glance back over the hill, most of them are not. They've mostly all descended. Several of which, based off of the numbers Nikolai gave you, you no longer see, which makes you think some of them have already gone back to burrowing.
We had such a good opportunity when they were all above ground and half of them were stuck in a tree.
Yeah. What, you didn't just start wildfires? You know? Spread through the trees? Drop them up there?
Don't call Ken out like that.
That is going to happen
Or
sooner.
were you saying that as Hargy?
That was more saying that it's Hargy.
Yeah. Sounded like it.
But kind of will notice, unfortunate they're not in those trees still. It would have evened the playing ground.
They
Well.
are now at high alert, I suppose, or at least attentive if any other noise is going to be made.
Well, if half of them aren't burrowed yet, we should probably get moving if we want to actually rid them of this land. Because now we know where they're at.
Yeah. But they may have moved a little bit, but there was a new type. I didn't see it before. A little bit denser, larger, off green color.
As Nikolai's talking,
So-
can Kenneth see any of them?
Make another perception check.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah. That's not terrible.
Would that be an advantage because I'm describing them, or like describing,
no.
pointing them out, or?
And I think Kenneth's number is probably going to be sufficient enough.
17.
Probably.
It's good enough. Yeah, so kind of off in the distance, while, you know, many of them have vanished out of sight again, having probably burrowed somewhere. There are a couple of them stalking around on all four legs. But you notice one of the group that are left above ground is pretty much as Nikolai described. It's a bit more muscular, especially in and around the upper parts of its shoulders and arms, and then in the areas of around its thighs and its lower leg muscles. It basically looks like it would be a much more efficient hunter than the other ones. Yeah, and they have a slightly off color. They're slightly off colored compared to the other ones, so they do stand out.
Does it look smarter?
It looks like it's acting like all the other ones. So
Okay.
just at this glance, there's no reason for you to think otherwise.
I gotta roll
And
something,
when-
'cause the party's
and-
gonna hate me if I do this.
And when chasing me, they still acted animalistic. realistic with like the crawling and howling and stuff. No difference there.
Kenna-
They
Kenna's
did
gonna
it.
look to
They
the
did act
party.
identically.
Yeah, so Kenna's gonna look to the party and go, I'm sorry if this turns out bad, but we might as well use this to our advantage. And Kenna will stare at one and just whistle loudly.
All right.
Because we're, sorry, I gotta make this, we have the high ground. And so Kenna whistles as loudly as possible, trying to get an echo, like that kind of loud, to see if they react.
You know, I wonder if I can actually cast this on another person. So thaumaturgy can make someone's voice boom 3 times as loud. Can that be affected? Can that affect another person?
Wouldn't see why not. Well, I guess.
Okay.
I take that back. The spell will tell us very specifically if it can be done for another person or if it's only for you. So let me quickly go look at the cantrip.
Well, it says you create one of the following magical effects within range. Your voice. It says your voice.
Yeah. These are all for you. These are all just for you.
Okay. Well,
If Kenna wants a boomy voice, Kenna's got to get thaumaturgy.
I don't need thaumaturgy for a booming voice.
Nope. You got that good Goliath blood in you.
Do you want me to make any kind of roll? I'm trying to see if I can bait them out running towards this way.
I'll happily take either a con check or a performance check.
Okay, I rolled a 14. Let me switch over to my sheet. You said con or performance? Well,
Yep.
Okay. It's going to be a con because my charisma is a 0. That's going 16.
loud whistle.
All right. It is a loud, long whistle. And attract attention it does. But from your high ground position, you observe that the ones that have been unburrowed in the clearing do, all sort of snap to in that direction and begin taking off. But also, far from the left and right, you see a couple of rapidly moving creatures closing in that weren't from the clearing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're about to go full Doomslayer on this hill.
Are they all coming from in front of us, though, technically? Even if it's in a cone from the left and right?
Eventually, yeah. They'll kind of all close in the same area. Don't mind me, I'm just hastily drawing a map that, didn't exist a second ago.
Hey, man, I gotta use the terrain to my advantage.
You ain't wrong.
Nikolai found a way to unburrow them pretty simply without this whole convoluted trickery.
Yeah, just dangle bait in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, one small flying boy. Who would have guessed?
I need
Looks like a snack to me.
Quickly check a spell. Recheck a spell. Otherwise, this plan's gonna get real screwy real fast.
You mean you didn't think this out?
No, I thought this out, but I just need to make sure I'm right. That's the only case. And I am definitely right.
So I'm gonna put you guys on your new pretty map. The one I've hastily drawn in about 45 seconds.
Nice.
And I'm going to go quickly copy paste some tokens. Realign stats on them. And once you guys drag your tokens on there, and we sort of get this all settled down, we're gonna take a break there first. If only because I have to go to the bathroom and I have to go console Daisy because Mom left to do some errands and she's freaking out.
Oh no, puppies. Oh,
Baby.
that's okay. All right, so while you do that, basically, this is the player speaking. We are literally Obi-Wan Kenobi right now. All right, we are at the top of the hill. Water
to
walk is
kick
not
'em into some
concentration. Exactly, water walk is not concentration. It lasts for an hour, which means it doesn't affect us. The snow doesn't. Also, plant growth is not concentration. And
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
And I'm just gonna fortify the entire front flank.
I knew it. If only, do you have spike growth?
Yeah.
That would be great too.
But plant growth is also not concentration, and I will have another level 3 spell so I can call lightning.
Wow, go full.
Druids are great
Man.
at sieges, I'm just saying.
This is our hill. Damn it! Now they're coming to us.
It's a great mixture of storm and poison ivy in the most terrifying ways.
I think you mean the best ways.
I mean, terrifying is not mutually exclusive with best. They can both happen at the same time. I'm just saying. It's like she points to the ground, the plants grow at her command. She points to the sky, and a storm forms. You know.
Well, mark me
If a peasant saw this, they would be terrified.
Although, if it makes you feel any better, I knew this was coming because of the questioning about what's the weather look like earlier.
Yeah.
It's been a plan in the making. I'm just glad you gave me a hill.
It's a small hill, but yeah, it's a hill, all right. All right, so we'll futz around with positioning and stuff when we come back. So just come back around 15 past. That is the goal.
15 past.
15
Roger.
past.
Okie
Yeah.
So we'll be back.
I'm not gonna lie, that after killing these, I have no plan.
Fair. Man, who would have thought? The ambush group is also great at sieges.
Oh, whoa. No one's here. But I am here, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
It's gonna be fun.
Fun. I'm First of all, fuck, I need this song that I have in my head as we do this battle prep. Second of all, I'm trying to figure out what to do. 6 plus T. Dawn, Dark Waste. Where is the battle prep music?
Oh.
God, I don't know the prep song. Anyways, what I'm trying to think is I'm wondering what should be my initial strategy because I'm terrible at strategy.
Real quick,
Realistically,
I was
Yeah.
actually I was actually like rethinking all of my spell slots. Call lightning may be out of the picture, so if y'all
Yeah.
are able to put out some, well, it's not spell slot. It's because slot management. If things go south, I'd rather have one more third level for Aura Vitality to save y'all. If I plant growth and call lightning, I can't do that.
Remember, I don't know how Gwen is in spells, but remember, I do have like, pick up someone, on the, if needed, at least.
Well, that's picking
Yeah.
up though, but we want to prevent people from falling unconscious because as soon as they hit 0, like, bringing them back to like 6 is great because it resets death saves, but it also means that like catastrophic damage can kill them easier.
we'll see. We'll
would've killed
see.
him anyways.
We'll see in the battle
I don't think
because
that's-
we the plant growth will probably be effective, but we'll need to see generally how close they get to each other. Because I think we'll be fine on.
Y'all are just gonna have
When
to
I-
probably focus the damage.
I'm trying to think of a way to how I should strategize. 'Cause I'm pretty bad at strategy, and I'm trying to see what's the best to utilize that.
Um,
4 movement,
Oh.
1 feet.
as far as the basic, if the two of us focus on the same target at range, of course my range is limited to 60 feet and you have much higher range. But generally, if we focus on the same target and burn ones down before they can get to us, the 2 main melees and 3rd supplementary melee with Lars, who has only got magic dagger, although pretty good. It will probably be good. 'Cause I went through half my spell usage with that fly, so. But you have full spells, right?
I have full spells, of course. Yes, of course. I have 2 inspiration points as well, and remember that I don't think I cannot transfer inspiration points to my healing. Dire had it on the fence, but it's like against the spirit of it, so it makes me want to like be more conservative because I can't like use the 2nd level slot for the healing. It's weird, but I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to see, should I just go straight Eldritch Blast, or do I have any... could like Black Mists do anything?
Not to be rude or anything, but hit it from the back. Eldritch Blast from the back.
The
Yeah.
enemy facing us.
Oh,
But yeah,
by the way, Hargy, where's the plant growth going to be? Is it going to be over us or beneath the hill where they have to leave the plant growth to come attack us and they just have to wade through a bunch of plants to us? Or is it going to be over us?
Well, I haven't been able to look at the map yet, so give me a second.
screen cap it and send. Or someone like... Or ask Dire to send.
Working
I don't know. Do you want to
on
look at it
it.
now? I can send you a bad screenshot if you'd like.
I can do it.
Yeah, send him that so he knows what we're looking at.
Yeah, I will do.
The other thing to keep in mind is we know that they burrow, but we don't know if they have a burrowing speed, as in they can move underground. If they can move underground, they can negate plant growth. So you're gonna want to use things to make like physical terrain difficult. Though I'm pretty sure like burrowing negates difficult terrain even. So
It does generally. But from what we've noticed, at least they do burrow, but I don't think they have a burrowing speed because they prefer to
They
like
would
run as fast
furring, yeah.
towards us.
That's a good observation.
Just keep it in mind.
I've sent you it, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
They like it maybe if it would be faster they burrow, but I don't know if they're smart enough to do that, or if they just are like, I see target, I run towards target, no matter what, you know?
Well, the most important thing to remember in regards to at least intelligence is that creatures, no matter how smart they are, usually figure out the best ways for them to hunt based off of their strengths, right? If their strength was to burrow and hunt underground, they would probably do it.
Yeah.
So
All right,
your implication about them not being fast burrowers compared to how fast they run on land is probably a good one.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this real quick. I'm assuming green line is tree and foliage or vegetation. The dark
All
lines
trees.
are rock formations?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The dark lines are also all trees?
Dark lines are stones.
Stones. All right, cool. The light line that's in front of us is kind of like a raised hill area. Is this whole
Yep.
thing at a slope?
Yes.
And I'm seeing two different tokens. Are those the green muscly boys?
Correct.
Yeah, the darker ones are. Oh, also, can we get an area of deployment for our token?
Well, I mean, here, we'll just make it easy on you. Anything behind the light gray line.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys were up
It
there.
is
You saw them
awesome.
coming. You've had time. So anywhere up on the hill, you guys can move to.
Ah!
So, plant growth is massive.
Yeah, 100-foot radius.
It's a 100-foot radius, which means it's 200 by 200. Because a radius is only half of a circle.
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah. Do you want to just cover the entire lower part of the?
Just this one.
You can cover everything
It is
up to the hill
resolved.
and have to leave into your loving, warm grasp of an act.
What is this map? This map is way smaller than that. Okay.
I could expand it if you'd like.
It's 120 by 120.
Okay. All right, it's gonna kind of be so the left rock formation that goes up into the hill. Do you see that top point dire?
Mm-hmm.
So drawing that row of squares, the plant growth is actually going to curl up around those stones too, up to that point on the left one.
Okay.
And we'll actually do the most upper point on the right one as well. So the entire row next to Lars, all of that's going to plant growth as well.
Okay. Is plant growth a square or a circle?
I will give you all normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on a point.
So, circle.
Circle.
Okay.
We did that as a circle last time too, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And circles are weird with D&D.
Yep.
They are.
But that point is going to be from me. So, even behind us is going to plant growth up to its radius. but basically from Lars to the top point on the left rock, and 1 row in front of me is going to be like the rectangle that is excluded. I am not going to catch James and his horse. And wait, I thought James didn't have a horse, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He has a horse now.
He rode up on a horse. He rode up on a horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
He couldn't.
They had 3 horses.
Yeah, they have 3 horses. So James and his horse will also be excluded from the plant growth.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, James is still on the backside of the hill because you guys haven't really clued him in on the plan, so he's just kind of back there going, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
He didn't hear the loud whistle?
Well, hear the loud whistle. He doesn't know that you're calling an ambush.
Oh.
What do you think to him a loud whistle means when he's just like on the back of the hill going, "All right, well, they're doing their thing. It's getting sky's getting awfully high."
I'd go investigate. We'll call it a James.
We're picking a fight. Oh, okay.
I'll tell Nikolai to get James. Enemies are approaching. James is Nikolai's man,
But why?
even if he doesn't remember them from childhood.
Thank you for remembering that.
You're welcome.
I think at this point, man, it'd be a lot easier. It is a shame you're only on your phone, because it'd be a lot easier to figure out just like the areas of exclusion at this point, because you could basically just cover the whole damn mapping.
I was going to.
Well, I know you were.
Except for the rectangle around us, I was going to have planned on it.
Okay. So, I'm just doing this back. Big old.
Excuse me.
Just get a green shader cover over the entire map and then just remove it in a certain section. There you go. Yeah.
That's probably a little.
I will take a look at. I'm gonna mute myself and go take a look in my bathroom to go ahead and see the map.
Oh, okay. Waiting for what
You
point.
can draw with owls trackpad, I suppose.
That's also fair. Yeah, that could be a thing that could be done.
Yeah, we'll just give you it.
Would certainly save me a little bit of trouble trying to better imagine Kyle's plan, because he did have a couple of like really specific exclusions.
Owl, if you are hearing this, because I assume I'm not sure how you can. If anyone's hearing this from there, suggest that. Do that.
I'm just gonna make this background all green.
It just sounds to me like Kenna wants to just Captain Planet this, and just everything is a forest.
Heart.
Yeah. Besides our like box, we have a box where they're gonna come into and then die.
Welcome to the kill box.
Yeah.
We've got fun and games, and I won't go any further because we're copyrighted.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I still have 0 copyright strikes on my channel. Like, keep it that way.
Pretty amazing.
We aims to keep it that way.
I'm drawing everything.
Just you wait until we're sponsored and we have to shove that down people's throats.
Yeah, I don't mind doing sponsorship bits. Okay.
You know, you got to learn your segues.
Who wants to be Sam Riegel? Anybody? Anyone willing to shave their head for money?
I mean, I'll do it for charity, but not for money.
Not that brave.
I'll do it for charity, but not
Okay,
for
I made my rectangle, except it's supposed to go to the top of the map.
Okay, I can pick it up.
Yeah. And if Lars wants to dash into the overgrowth, that's why I put it in the row column next to him. Because I think he might want to try to sneak on in there.
He does like doing that.
Yeah.
Lars is a sneaky
Sure.
boy.
See, that rectangle.
Sneaky boy.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, that looks perfect.
This wonderful playground of fun that we have. There are totally no enemies coming to kill us.
I'm sorry. Did you say it's winter, or did you say it's springtime?
I bring
well,
spring.
I can tell you right now that the mountain pass I live in is supposed to be spring, but when I got 7 inches of snow the other day,
Yeah, I saw. That is
No,
that is something.
I like the idea that it's like Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's supposed to be spring in the whole state of Nevada, but that didn't stop it snowing all across the high desert as I was driving across the state.
Consequently, the month of May has been one of the wettest
I've been doing
in a long time in the UK.
It's been super weird for me. It's been hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold.
You see, in April we had the driest April, and we were all like, "Oh my God, we need rain!" And then it started raining in May, and we're like, "Oh my God, we don't need this rain."
Too much rain! Too much rain!
well,
Yeah,
while
that's the
Dyer's getting
Sure.
that set up and finished up before we roll the initiative, I just want to say, I didn't realize where I was moving to until I got here, but I live in Donner Pass for the Donner Party
Nice.
that everybody should have learned in school.
Well, I didn't learn it in school, but I've know about it.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Fair.
I guess. yeah, that's fair. It was a party of explorers, a couple hundred people or so, that were crossing. Like, this is back before like roads and stuff. Were crossing the U.S. They were trying to find a way across the Sierra Mountain Range into California. And long story short, they got hit by a massive blizzard and winter storm. It snowed them in, and then they started eating each other.
Mhm.
That's super simplified and not the actual full detail, but yeah, I live in that pass.
Oh no! In history, we did the American West, and I think we heard about like the manifest
Yeah.
destiny of like spreading out into the west, and they hit like the Nevada mountain range, and they were trying to find a pass into it to get to the other side.
Yep,
Might have come
I'm in
across
that
it
path.
then. Yeah, I might have come across it, but obviously I didn't know it was called that.
Yep.
Now.
Today we learned.
That's super pretty though.
Oh, did you Google it?
Yeah.
By the power of not Grayskull, but Google, we can do anything.
And
What,
because
do
you
you Google?
didn't finish the actual statement, there's no copyright.
There is no copyright.
There is no-
Where'd you post all those?
Is something that a Jedi would say. There is no copyright.
There is
Who owns
no
that phrase anyway?
Hasbro?
I think, yeah, that makes sense to me. I was gonna say Warner Brothers, but Hasbro makes more sense.
Oh yeah, because geez, at this point I don't know. Could be either.
As
Well, Hasbro would have done all those toys, but I think the show would have been Warner Brothers, right?
Hasbro, more like has been.
We can find out later, because right now you guys are being charged up a hill. Woo!
Are we initiative?
We are in initiative.
I can't see them.
Click your tokens.
Hey, we're having another combat in the daylight. We're so smart now.
Hooray! It's working out.
Remind me, is initiative disadvantage or just sticks?
Initiative is in fact an ability check, so yes, it is a disadvantage.
Wow, that's the best initiative I've rolled, like all
Ever.
through the campaign.
Since
Yeah.
Lars existed.
Yeah, it's always been like 3, 4, or 8 or something like that.
Ooh.
Oh no, I don't even know why. Don't exclude Porsche. I know Porsche goes after me. We've discussed this. I don't know why I rolled for Porsche.
It's instinct now. As soon as you change it, it's
I got a 19 total.
Okay.
Ouch, Gwen. Ouch. 5 total. Ugh.
I like to
Oh,
imagine that the whistle happened, and I kind of, the party's attention was gained, and all of these things started rushing us. Just like the "you shall not," finishing that phrase. Just like slam Pyre into the ground, and all of that plant growth will just happen.
All right. Well, there are 2
shall
people ahead
not
of you first, so we're gonna
Come through.
we're We're gonna see what Nikolai and one of these boys do first. So Nikolai, starting us off.
Yep. I'm gonna step forward 10 feet. 5, 10. So I'm within range, 60 feet. Okay.
Batter up.
This boy here, gonna cast bonus action, seeing on myself. Main action with a the free side point spent on the extra d10. Gonna do kinetic slam. Yep. Baseball swing. Please hit. 24. Nice.
I don't think it's.
Ooh, that's 213 for damage.
Those are good numbers. The invisible
Very tasty.
ball of force kind of whirls through the snow. You watch as it sort of sends up small flurries just from the sheer velocity that it travels at. And it strikes this one as it comes around the rock, and it kind of causes it to tumble and tilt, and then it rolls, and without even recovering, it explodes in place.
No. Go. Say quickly to Kenna. Well, this will work. Gesturing to the plant growth, he's gonna step back 10 feet. That's his action. Or that's his turn.
Okay. This boy is going to dash. You know, sometimes I forget how small this map is. Like, what does 100 feet get you? 100 feet gets you all.
Even though it's half because plant growth.
Plant growth hasn't started yet, unless Kenna did it before the fight. I guess I should really clarify that. But
That's what I was trying to say. Was as soon as I whistled and I started running, I hit plant growth.
Okay, in which case,
Because I deducted the spell. I already did the spell slot off my sheet.
Gotcha. Yes, he makes it.
It's more than half, isn't it? It's like what, quartered?
Is it what? It's 4-1, right? Plant growth.
4 to 1.
4 to 1.
Yeah.
4 to 1.
So
It's
yeah.
insane. Wow.
4 to
Okay.
1.
Man.
I believe that means it is 20 feet for every square.
That's how far he
Is that wrong? Is that not right?
Wow.
Or is it 20 feet for every square?
goes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenna.
So 1 square is 20 feet of movement. Yeah.
They are having a hell of a go trying to move through this. Kenna, it is your turn.
All right. It's not on the initiative, but my fire spirit goes right after me, as we know.
Correct? I'll throw.
But I am going to. I'm actually trying to. You know what? I'm actually. None of them are within 30 feet of me, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's fine. I will take the dodge action
Okay.
and bonus action to have. So Emba is going to be back by Nikolai and a little up, and is going to stay there because I think his ranged attack is also 30 feet, but I will double check.
I think
So
it's
that's gonna be
60
it.
for the record.
Is it 60?
Hang on. Well, no. So the sheet says 30, but hang on. I've clearly learned I have not transferred everything over on the sheet. So we'll check that as we go.
I think it's the same as my produce flame, so I think they're both 30. That's why.
That would be a good way to remember.
I
Well,
think
if
that's what it is.
if
but
it is 60, we can go back, and if there's something within a range, we can have it make it.
Is there anything within 60 feet?
From where he currently
Nikolai?
is. Actually, no. Just
Okay,
just
then
at
it
a
won't
range.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll also take the dodge action.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at that. That's a tasty target. One tasty target.
Moldahain.
I am going to move over here, and I'm going to hide in the snow.
Okay.
What's your movement, by the way? Because remember, it's 20 for every square.
Oh, if you can hear me, it actually is 60 feet. I just found it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I have to
60
change
feet.
this token. I'm gonna get a sticky note. But yeah, Ryan, moving out of that rectangle, it's plant growthy. I didn't draw
Okay.
everything in green.
If it's 20, what is it? Sorry, if I go outside.
20 for every square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's rough.
Very rough.
To
Also very strong.
further
I was there. I'm gonna go there, and I'm going to like use the rock as like a hidey place.
Okay.
So I am going to hide.
Sounds good. Give me the stealth check.
That's a 16 plus 10, 26.
Pretty good number, boss.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh no, sorry, wait. Sorry, can I retract statement? Sorry. My bad. I wanted to use Skulker to use the hide action as a bonus action,
Yeah.
and then I would like to ready an action.
Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Basically, if anything comes near me while I'm hidden, stabby stab.
All right. Fine with that.
Portia will attempt to like ruffle in the snow to hide as well.
Okay. Then give me a stealth check for Portia as well.
Portia, it's Dex, isn't it?
Yes.
Well done.
He's doing it.
She's
That's
doing
actually, that's actually pretty good. That's actually really good.
it. Just sort of just
Okay.
she like like the spider where that desert spider that just splays out and then just goes like and then just
Oh yeah.
just imagine German Shepherd just splaying out and then just going and just snow just enveloping it.
I can see a German Shepherd doing that.
All you can see is just a black snoot just above the snow line. Yeah.
Edelweiss.
I blast. Of course.
When in doubt.
How the things move.
Please select your target.
The closest small boy, because
Okay.
at least I can kill that quicker.
Simple enough.
Break
Yep.
the targets.
That'll hit.
Oh, nice! Oh,
After all my bad rolls. Let's see. You add the proficiency twice, so that's a 10
Yeah.
plus 5, and I believe the 8 goes right.
I'm sorry. You want to wind all of that math back for me?
I maximized the first dice roll,
Yeah.
right?
So yeah, 10.
That's a 10 plus the 5 because of my proficiency.
Why are we adding proficiency?
Not proficiency, my charisma roll. My charisma.
Yeah. So you take the 8 and add a 10 to it.
Yes.
18.
Plus 5 because of Eldritch Blast and
the
Agonizing
The 8.
Blast. There
The
we
8
go.
includes the 5.
Oh.
You roll the 3. It's plus a 5, and then a 10 for the maximized die is an 18.
still good hit. though.
Hogs.
Which
snipe.
the blast is enough to hit it, and it explodes.
Thank you. Let's see.
That deserves a click.
And I go for, I suppose, just to test the waters a bit. The big boy that's coming.
Sure.
The second one I rolled.
They have a tiny bit of cover from the trees.
I pinged before I knew that.
Yeah. Well, so basically, again, because these are all trees, right? So in the middle are
Okay.
the trunks. So they're going to give them a little bit of cover.
How is it? Half cover? Quarter cover?
It's half cover.
Disadvantage though, you rolled the same.
It,
Do I have a,
it's not advantage.
do I have a chance to change my target just because I had pinged it the moment you mentioned it? And that would have probably changed my result.
Who would you
Actually,
target
they're all
otherwise? Yeah,
They're
that's
all
kind of the
covered,
point.
aren't
Yeah, this is their small bit of an advantage charging up the hills, that they do have cover from ranged attacks.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to try hit that guy. I'm not sure if it's gonna hit, but
Well, a 16 does.
oh,
You
nice.
hit it.
For-
It takes the blast in its shoulder. It stumbles, kind of falls a bit into the snow, and then quickly recovers and keeps running.
Okay, that's all my turn, I believe. I don't think I'm gonna move.
Okay. He's dead. Quinn.
Oh, he did.
It's my turn. Hello.
It is. Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Okay, alright. Okay. This is cool. I'm going to... We just covered that all these fools have cover.
Basically.
So... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pull up to the line, and I'm going to pull out my Dwarven Heavy Crossbow,
Yep.
and I hope I set up this macro right, so I'm gonna roll it in roll 20 to see if I did.
And yeah,
It would be
so,
a disadvantage, though. I think.
who are you targeting?
Um,
Honestly, that doesn't even matter.
Oh.
No, it won't. All of them are within the short range, so no, it's not.
it doesn't matter, or it wouldn't.
No,
hit?
it's not a disadvantage. They're all within the short range of the weapon, so you just attack normally.
Do I not have, because of the exhaustion point, do I not have
One
disadvantage
point
on
of
attack
it.
rolls?
No, that's 3
Okay.
points.
Okay.
First point is
I
only ability checks.
All right. Cool. All right. I'm going after this guy.
That'd be a crippling level of exhaustion. Yeah. Well, the 26 is gonna hit. So give us that
Take
D12.
Have yourself 11 damages, sir.
All right. The bolt catches him, basically center mass. It sends him a bit off balance, but then he manages to sort of just plant a fist and keep running up like an enraged ape.
Okie dokie. And we established that with the heavy dwarven crossbow, you don't get a second attack because you're reloading, right?
I would have to see the weapon block for this again,
I'm pretty sure that's what I read.
because it's whether or not if it's got loading included in the weapon block or not. If it includes the loading, then you can only ever shoot one bolt. But I don't
Okay.
know which one I gave you because I have a couple of variations.
I think you told me to just use the one that's in the dock.
Well, I guess for now it's one shot until I can find exactly what I sent you.
Okay. Then yeah, that is.
Okie dokie.
If only I had my rifle.
Can't do anything else.
You got one bullet.
I ain't gonna use it on these fools.
Don't worry, I got a target for you coming up.
Oh, goody.
Someone worthy of that bullet. And they continue to dash up the hill. Nikolai.
would you look at what time it is? It's another baseball swing. Bonus action seeing. Main action kinetic slam. Same deal on this guy over here. Because big boys look like they're about to be dealt with. So kinetic slam. I mean, that's an 18. 18 hit.
An 18 does hit.
Hey.
Yeah, they
That's
don't
a
have
lot of damage.
they don't have gigantic ACs. They really don't.
Good to know.
All right. This boy, yeah. The ball again. It whirls through the snow and the plant growth, shaking some of the overgrown greenery, and it strikes it right in its core. It sort of twists. This invisible ball of force. You just sort of watch as it twists and tears through parts of the muscles, and parts of the exposed ribs break and snap away. And it has a moment where it then begins to pulsate and grow and explode.
Cool. Going to reposition like here. Just a bit. Move it. That's his turn.
Okay. Continues to run. It is Kenneth's turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to peek at this map. So it's my turn.
It is your turn.
It is my turn. Has anyone hit the big guy?
Yes, both of the big guys have been pinged.
Oh.
once.
Oh, I've been pinged. Been pinged once, Roger.
Bless you.
Thank you,
There's some smaller ones
Yes.
still left. There's 3. Okay,
Correct.
3. All right.
You can count.
I can. I sure can. How big is a boulder on the left?
Which one on the left?
The one that's not covered in plant grass.
So I'm assuming the one lower down where the dead body's near.
Ping that one for me. Yeah.
So you mean this one
That
or this?
No, that one.
Okay.
Yep, that one. Yeah.
It's a pretty sizable boulder. It's about 20 by 10 feet across and about 15 feet high.
It is 15 feet high.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty chunky.
Understood. All right, we'll see this. I'm gonna do my action economy wacky thing with you,
Of course.
involving my wildfire spirit. Of course.
Yeah. By this point, I'm used to it. I get it. I know the flow.
Yeah. So hold my action to cast Scorching Ray.
Yep.
And basically, I'm going to move. I'm going to move as far as I can to the rock, so 30 feet that way. Yeah, right there. So I'm going to move, then hold my action to cast Scorching Ray, and my bonus action is to have Emba fly over to me, and then teleport me to the top of the rock. And when I'm at the top of the rock, I'm going to Scorching Ray the 3 small guys.
For the sake of making that all work out, we're gonna adjust a little bit of movement. But Emba can get there, and then you'll poof, and you'll appear on top of the rock.
Yep.
Emba will be hovering.
Yes. Yep.
But then you can easily Scorching Ray any of the targets on the field.
All right. So the 3 small ones will start from left to right.
Okay.
First roll is a nat 20.
Oh yeah. So
And
flat
that's
12.
also the one that gets the extra D8 from my level 6 upgrade because of the wildfire spirit.
This poor bastard.
What is Scorching Ray? 2d6
2d6 per ray.
per ray. Yeah, so that's just the first ray. So is it both d6s are maxed out then?
Yeah. So and the d8.
Okay. And the d8.
Yeah. So you're
6,
starting with a
12,
flat 20.
So 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll roll the 2d6.
Worth it.
That's a 6 and a 2. So 8 more.
28.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really wish I had a big guy with that one.
Yeah. So you hit it, and the beam it hits it and flies straight through it, striking the snow behind it. It actually even hits a rock, and you watch as it partially melts the rock into molten. This thing disintegrates.
Okay.
As
Does
you
it
deal. Yes, it does explode.
Oh, damn it.
You deal
Closing to
50.
find a
You
loophole.
dealt 56 points of damage to this.
Okay. And second on the middle. That's a plus. Yeah, that's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, 2d6. That's a 4 and a 5, so 9. And I think me look real quick at my spells. For some reason, I felt like
What did you feel?
+1 because of. Yep, for the +1. So that's actually a 10.
All right. The second ray strikes the other small boy, and he explodes.
All right, and then the.
I don't like fire.
I'm gonna shoot a scorching ray at the big one.
All right.
The big one that's closest to that one I just hit.
Yep.
Right. Come on, 20. Oh no, it's not. It's a dirty 20.
It's still gonna hit. Oh no, I rolled well.
2d6. That's a 6 and a 4 for a 10 plus a 1 for an 11.
Okay. It'll catch the beam in center mass. It'll kind of catch fire, and then it'll explode.
Ooh, are they vulnerable?
My beam.
Ooh,
You're starting to
that's
get an
why you said
idea
he
that they
took 50
really don't like fire.
That's why you said he took 50 something damage.
Yes, I did.
Poor bastard.
Oh yeah.
That's my turn right there. And my spirit already, that was its turn too.
All right. Already then, an effective turn. Nimba. Well, I guess let me see who's alive. Not this guy. Mordehine, you're alive.
I'm alive, and
On the
nothing's
outside, at
coming
least.
near me.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
They're all dying.
How dare you, sir? How very dare you? Say that I'm not alive on the inside. Traumatic experiences, whatnot. Yeah, nothing's happening. Lars is sticking to a plan. He's seen people shifting about. He was going to move over to the other rock, but seeing Ken is over there, he thinks he'll be better protecting this flank, so he will stay hidden and ready with the ready action again.
Okay. What a responsible choice.
And same with Portia.
Yep. All right. Both just kind of chilling.
Gonna chill.
Dead. This one has its turn. But as animals are often to do, he's going to spend his action to dash, and he's going to climb up this tree about 20 feet or so, and then he's going to leap from it. And he's going to land on top of this rock. And then he's going to land here. And
he's about to catch these hands.
Yeah,
is what he's about
Moldehine's
to
just
do.
like waiting with his knives.
He's about to catch these hands.
Give him the most Sizlek.
I like both Gwen and Lars just turn with like red glowing eyes, like, oh.
Do you want me to click for my bayonet and the +1 dagger?
Yeah. I mean, you're using your reaction to attack, so make those two attacks. Yeah, the 17 and the 19 will both hit. All right. You give him a good stabbing.
13. Nice.
You kind of tear through the papery skin, hitting up against a lot of the exposed bones. And as you've gotten much closer to them, Moldahine, it's weird. Their bones are kind of flexible, like young green trees are. Like they're not solid. So when the knife connects, it kind of pushes in a little and then kind of reflects back after you cut through some of the meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's still alive, but it's looking in pretty rough shape between the knifing and the Eldritch Blast it took.
Higher?
Yes.
Superior technique. I'm gonna spend a reaction to hit it.
You see a creature that moves into your melee weapon you're wielding. Okay, only weird oddity this is that you were using your crossbow, so your melee weapon is your fist.
Free object interaction sword?
It's not your turn. There's no free object interaction. This is a reaction.
Just punch it so
I'll
hard
punch
that
it.
it...
Yeah, I'll punch it.
Punch it, yeah. Punch it.
Stab, punch. Stab, stab, punch.
And don't forget, you do add the superiority die to the damage.
To hit or okay, just to damage.
To make one attack against using that weapon. It's to the damage roll. So yeah, you make an attack as normal.
Okay, am I proficient in fists?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a natural 1.
That is unfortunate. And it's not that you miss.
3 feet in front of you.
You just punch it, and it's like just in its shoulder blades, and it's just a very thick, dense piece of rotting meat.
This is my lucky set of dice.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Touch you.
Wait. I've got Porsche. Do I want to whistle in Porsche to do this? Can she move and bite it?
Wait. Are we playing?
Sir, it's not your
No.
turn.
Held actions can only be movement or an action. So she can't move up and make the attack.
Okay. No. Lars, like, stab, quick looks over and, like, shakes head, and that's it.
Gwen tries to punch.
Yeah, it's like a wet, meaty thump. No, you ever slapped a piece of meat? It's just like that.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Edelweiss.
Looking at your...
Don't slap me.
I'll beat mine.
No.
All right, Edelweiss, please take your turn so this doesn't get any weirder.
I will just blast it so it doesn't get any weirder.
Technically, it was 2 because I had a +1 for flanking.
So anyways,
Doesn't make it any better.
7 damage.
All right.
Probably not.
The beam strikes the creature. It begins to swell and bubble and then bursts. Gwyn and Mordahine make dexterity saves, please.
Dexterity. I'm good at these.
Hello, wet dog. Hello,
Oh,
pretty
I
girl.
rolled a natural 18, but
Well,
what's my
that's good.
modifier on Dex?
Well, you're gonna succeed.
It's a 4, so it's 22.
I rolled a
pretty sure-
13.
I'm pretty sure you're proficient in dex saves, Mordahine. So it's even higher than that. Not that it matters because you succeeded. However, Gwyn fails.
Yeah, I do.
Just
Yeah,
barely
I do.
though, if it makes you feel any better.
Not really.
You were
But thank
one
you.
off. So Mordahine, you'll take half. Gwyn, you'll take the full damage,
Okay.
which is okay. I'm just gonna grab both. I'm just gonna grab all of my d8s here real fast.
I'll be throwing the Eldritch Blast meanwhile.
8. Oh, ouchies. So 24 points of acid and poison damage to Gwyn, and then 12 to Mordahine.
Wait.
So just a flat 12 of
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 31 I'm on.
24, you said?
24. As you were both covered in just rancid, burning acid and bile.
Is that enough? Ow.
Is it enough for what?
24 is a
Oh,
lot. Yeah.
That's a great question, huh? Sorry, awkward.
You.
no, it's not. It's a quarter of my hit point total, and a quarter of my hit point total right now is like 28.4.
How is that a quarter? Bro.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Do you have over 100 health?
My hit point total right now is 71.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's.
Yeah,
Owl, you're doing a little math wrong.
No, a lot of wrong. Your a quarter of your health.
It
Is 17.
72.75. Yeah.
It hit. Okay. You hear. Also, Edelweiss apologized
You were
profusely from the distance.
over by 7 points.
Well, I guess you got a
Also, I
con
see
save to
all
make.
At disadvantage.
Con save. It's normal.
Oh, am I gonna have to do the bloody Black Widow on
Wait, can I
Hulk
use
thing
the armor
again?
track?
You might get clawed to death before that happens. So.
Oh no.
Good thing kind of. Oh wait, one's
Need
coming
a
up
little bit
next.
of that residual Hargy luck. I'm going to re-roll that. I'm going to spend a point to re-roll that.
Everybody gets one. Remember, you can just spend 2 points and choose to succeed.
Oh, actually, I'm just going to spend 2 points and choose to succeed.
You did the right thing.
I am going to cease reminding you guys about this after a certain point, but
I'm going to get a tattoo
it's been a
of
while,
that.
so I'm being nice. You can just spend 2 points and automatically succeed on the save. A player character did it last night, and it literally stopped him from being killed outright. So sometimes it's just a better choice than trying to play the odds.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend 2 points and automatically succeed.
All right, good choice.
Yeah, power of will.
Lars lives to see another day.
Yes, I
Not
do.
at 0 hit points.
Because let's be
No, 0
real.
inspiration.
Had Gwen wolfed out, you were going to be reduced to a pile of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Lars's puppy dog eyes of please don't murder me.
So I hit the other guy.
Yes, you did. The only other guy alive on the field, I believe.
Yep. 13.
And he is still standing. He's in really just the worst shape of his life, but he's alive still. He has 1 HP.
Dang it.
And
So I had my
back to the
turn.
shadows.
Profusely apologizing, noticing how absolutely sprayed they got.
Yeah, it's gross. They smell terrible. They look terrible. Like their skin's burning. It's not fun. But look whose turn it is. It's Gwen, who's now having more fun than not by murdering her friends. I mean,
I'm
if you
gonna
wanted
shoot
to
him.
murder your friends,
I'm going to shoot the last guy.
it's advisable. It's
I'm gonna
advisable.
You think so?
Yeah. Just don't roll a
that's okay.
1.
I'm not so sure. Okay, 12 plus 7 for a 19, I think.
Yeah. That'll do.
Shoot Lars, it's not disadvantage. No enemy in range,
That's an 11 plus 4.
Okay. He falls to the ground, catching the crossbow bolt in the chest, and gets flung back, and pops.
And I'm just gonna wipe some of the creature juice off my face and just flick it onto the ground.
Lars will utter like a, we need to regroup. We need to be ready for any more that comes.
Agreed.
And more they shot.
Is there any more coming? No.
This was
Make a
just
perception
an
check.
extra that was nearby, right?
Hey.
And Lars will shout, no. First Lars will ask, should we let James know?
After a couple moments of silence, he sort of rides up on the backside of the hill with his sword drawn. What the hell happened?
We ambushed them.
Minor
And that was out.
combat.
That was not in character. That was me being silly. Sorry.
We have the high ground.
It was a minor problem dealt with. A portal over there was summoning creatures, or is summoning the creatures, and these were a batch that we have dispatched.
Give me a heads up next time.
I didn't expect that one would try baiting them out so soon. I don't think much of us did. Noted. Are there any more? I think there are more.
I mean, there are still a group of them down by the portal that you didn't see move. They reburrowed, so they're wherever they ended up. But as I said, Nikolai, you rolled a perception check. Thank you. Off in the distance, Nikolai, you do in fact notice the clearing where you flew over earlier and saw many of them burrowed. It's still empty. So wherever there was a group that burrowed in, they're still somewhere in the clearing. However, the thing that stands out to you most is that you do see another creature come striding out of the portal.
Oh, heck.
This one is by himself.
Oh boy! Oh no!
He stands on two legs, and from this distance and in this light, you can see that he is covered in razor-sharp spines of bone. And he just kind of comes out, sniffs the air, and then just lets out this wailing howl and begins striding forward. And unlike the others, he carries with him that is not an animalistic quality, confidence.
This is the
Lars,
it out.
yeah, Lars asks, what is it? What do you see?
New friend, this one. Standing on 2 feet. Seems confident, seems intelligent. At least more so than these ones.
How far?
The 300 feet from us to the portal.
Lars starts unpacking the rifle.
All right.
Then, are we gonna take it down? Will it come to us though?
Don't worry, I'll let it come to
What
us.
does it look like it's doing?
It's
what's it
walking
look
down
like
the
it's doing?
slope into the clearing. It's doing something that's very unusual, Nikolai. It's walking from tree to tree and kind of putting a hand on them and just kind of slowly brushing it down. And then it moves on to the next tree and does the same thing. Almost like it's admiring them.
In my book, have I heard of creatures of the murk, or like lords, lesser lords, something that would be like, oh, that one's intelligent, or that's a creature I should worry about, something like that.
It can be a toughie, but I'll take a religion check.
I have a different approach. Can I see if he's trying to screw with my trees?
I would also like to see if there's any sort of adverse effect to the trees after he's touched them.
Well, you guys are several hundred feet away.
Yes, but I'm on a big rock.
I have wolfy eyes.
You guys can both make perception checks if you like. Nikolai,
Counterpoints.
there's so little understood about the Merc, and even fewer books written about them, because in order to gain information about them, it requires people to go there. So there's not much in the way of scholarly pursuits about creatures or things from the Merc. There are, however, monster hunting guides and ways to kill things, and signs of when certain creatures arrive into an area, certain effects they have on the region. This, along with most of your knowledge of these sorts of things, which is not expansive, you have no idea. It's unusual and just nasty. And Gwen, you're either perceiving or thinking. You get to choose one right now.
Okay. Well, I didn't get a very good number. Oh! That's not a 7. That's a 4
So- Oh.
total. 1 plus 3 for
Uh-huh.
perception.
You get a little, just a bug flies into your eye.
Oh, fuck.
Lars, after he unpacks the rifle, gets up on the other rock that's near to him, and aims down the sight, but is only using that as a perceiving tool to try and see what the thing looks like.
Mhm.
See if he can
I got a
discern what it's
15.
doing.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. There are no obvious signs or side effects to it coming in contact with the trees. The way it's sort of walking in the clearing, it's doing these gestures, and it seems, like I said, it seems almost like if someone had been gone for 20 years and has come back to an area where they haven't been, they're kind of like reminiscing. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I said, for the type of creature that this is, it seems weirdly
Intelligent.
normal.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's
Like
kind
to,
of looking at these old trees as if he's been in a place that has had no trees, and he has missed nice large trees.
kind of
Kenna notices that. Kenna resonates with that. And Kenna's gonna tell Nikolai, he might be from here. That's it. That's all she says.
Do you think we should try and talk to it?
That's your call.
Well, real quick,
Probably
gonna
not.
gravel up onto the rock with Lars and produce the spyglass that Lars gave him a use. And look at the creature. So this will probably be hard to tell because certain intent from this far away is meh. But does it seem dumb question too? Does it seem hostile? Like, is it here to kill? Can I not tell? Or
Make an insight check.
'Cause I'm trying to discern that too. Can I assist?
Yeah. Or you can make your own, one or the other.
I'll assist.
Okay.
okay, come on,
Appraiser boys.
boys. 17.
17's good. As I said before, its behavior and its mannerisms speak to you in a very human way, in a very mortal way, in a way that you do not expect, nor does it reflect the grotesque visage that it carries. So, to kind of restate, the creature is roughly 7 feet tall. It has a thin layer of mildly translucent skin stretched over top a skeletal frame that from it has hundreds of razor-sharp spines protruding through the skin. And what is more interesting is you're watching it very carefully through the spyglass. You'll watch as occasionally on the side that it brushes by the trees, the spines on that side kind of shiver in place, like it's sensing something nearby coming into proximity of it. Now that you're looking closer, it has pretty much no flesh around its mouth, and you can tell there are tears through the skin running along the sides of its face where it could distend its mouth. And it's probably got a very, very powerful bite, unlike a lot of these other creatures here, which have mostly primarily been fighting with balls. It has no eyes.
That's the question I was gonna ask.
It has no eyes, no discernible features that would be the same to you. Its eyes, where it does have again a very humanoid face, but instead of eyes, they just look like mounds of red muscled flesh. And with the spyglass, because you can look closer, you see them occasionally. They sort of just kind of pulse and ripple, like the muscles are tensing and untensing. It has an open rib cage in the center of its body. Its rib cage is splayed outward like this. And it's got this weird gait as it walks. It seems to sort of grow and shrink in size, like the muscles releasing and then tensing, and the bones bending and expanding with them. It seems like it's an incredibly dexterous, flexible monster. But back to the insight checkpoint. What it's doing seems very normal. You could replace that image with a person doing it, and it would be kind of like a very sweet scene. But at the same time, this creature is the antithesis of reason and mortality. Nothing about the way this thing has become what it is tells you that it's probably going to be safe or reasonable. So, it's very unusually gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the portal.
Maybe. One last thing. Where it steps, does it have spines on its legs? And when it steps, do they also shiver? Like, For instance, is it trying to detect vibrations when it steps?
It does have spines along its calf and its shins, and it does walk on the tips of its toes, on the balls rather, on the front of its feet. They do shiver. It's very slight. The ones closest to the ground. You don't think it's an active choice that it's doing. It's sort of just a, it's like a modern car going ding 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 ding. You're this close to this object. That's what it looks like, based off of how you're watching it sort of move from these objects. Whenever it gets nearer to something, the spines sort of react.
DM.
And
Yes, Ryan.
Can I use my gunslinger lock-on skill onto this creature?
Yes. There's a roll you need to make for that, correct?
Yeah, it's perception.
Versus what? There's a DC.
It's I will put it in chat.
To its dexterity score. Okay.
can I, because I'm up there, can I assist him as like a spotter?
Technically.
No.
So yeah.
Okay, I'll roll twice then. Right, first roll is what's my perception again? I need a cheat sheet for everything like this. Perception. Right, so that's a 10. I'll roll again.
Yeah, you should.
That's an 18 plus 1. That's a 19.
That just beats it.
Right, well, I have lock on for a minute. I will not shoot, but I will say to Nikolai, okay, I have it in my sights. If you want me to pull the trigger, just let me know in a minute. And Lars will just start doing his pattern of breathing to get into the zone.
Kenna's gonna take off of her giant boulder with Emba and move towards them, wherever they're at.
The creature?
Nikolai.
Nikolai. Okay, yeah. They're on the other boulder opposite.
If you want to defeat this creature, then Lars uses his only last piece of ammunition, as I think he has called it. We should probably move towards it first. And she'll point to the plant growth, because it's going to be difficult.
There's still so many creatures over there.
But then Lars will say, but this is my specialty, hitting it from afar, doing damage, so when it gets to us, we'll have the advantage.
It would certainly
If
grab
it-
his attention.
You have no idea if it would care enough to even come for us.
If it doesn't, then that says a lot more about its power than ours. And maybe that we shouldn't mess with. But I'd say with where it is, where we are, I can assist Lars a bit with some more psychic help. I think he takes a shot now. Lars, are you ready to, or Mordahan, are you ready to expend the one piece of ammunition?
I don't like doing it against something I don't know what we're going up against, but this is the best time to shoot it and find out.
Well then, do you want to shoot it, or we can go up and engage with it later, but you may lose your...
Lars will basically raise his rifle and cancel everything and just go, no, I think from what we've seen, it is kind of weird, and until we ascertain what it is really doing, there's no point engaging it. I just wanted to see if I could get a good lock on it, which I did.
So what's the plan
Okay.
then?
Well, from what it seems, it seems to be blind in the sense that it can't see us with eyes, but it seems to like detect things near it, like either tremor sense. It's able to still detect us, so I don't know how well it can see us. We may be able to observe it for a second, ascertain as we get closer more about it, and then make our choice there. We may also be able to talk to it, although that will lose our surprise. But I have a feeling it may not. It may already know we're here.
Would Infernal be a language of the Merc? Because there's also Abyssal, and I don't know where things kind of ride in that kind of sense.
Both languages are shared by different creatures in the Merc.
Okay, so it is one of the languages.
Mm-hmm.
I have no other information on the Merc because
The difference being, at the very least, out of character. You're more than welcome to try to roll a religion check if you want to know more. But the difference between the two is that Infernal is used by the more civilized members of the Merc. Abyssal belongs a lot more to its monster folk.
I thought it might be something along those. Certain people use X and Y.
Yes, that is the case, and I've given you the reasons or the details between the two.
I don't know if I would. I'll roll religion for heck, just in case I can glance anything, but that's not going to work out probably anything.
Oh,
That's
just missed it.
12.
Oh, never mind.
Ah.
Well, yeah,
Ah, darn.
All I know is I
Oh,
can possibly speak to it, depending on where it falls into.
I see you, Dyer, by the way.
Hmm?
Yeah.
No, talking about.
the counting.
Continuing
Yeah.
what you stopped doing. Ken is gonna walk over to James. It might be best if you try to rush back to Dire Yacht. In case any of this does not pan out, you can tell them what is here. This is off of the road. They're Shalcir, and their powers seem to be strong enough to maybe deal with this if we can.
Very well. Lord Nikolai, is that all right with you?
That's fine by me. It would be better if the information got out.
Very well.
And in case we die, then you won't.
Awfully considerate of you. All right. And he sheathes his sword and just kind of leans back in the saddle. Any other messages you'd like me to deliver?
I think just like out of character, we tell him it's a portal from the Merc. This is what we're fighting. This creature just came out of it. This is where it is. And that's all Kenna has. And they're susceptible to fire.
Ride quickly and be safe.
All right. Don't any of you go dying. That would be a tragedy. And he kind of gives a hard look over to Nikolai. And then just kind of reins in and begins riding off down the hill.
So there's one less person to worry about. Now our information will get to someone who can handle it if we can't. Now you have to make your decision, Nikolai.
Well, let's get closer.
Modahan, your lock on has worn off.
Yeah, I already raised my rifle as if to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So are we going to sneak closer?
I wouldn't recommend that at all.
Yeah.
But what's up?
We can watch it for a bit because it seems to be moving in general direction. See what it does when it reaches the plant. It may change direction.
What about if it reaches one of its allies?
For the record,
We'll see that from here.
if you're going to wait for it to reach the plant growth, you might be sitting at the top of that hill for a solid hour or two. Its walking pace is very slow. It's leisure.
You've got to remember, we're like 600 or so feet away.
Yeah.
You're a good
The
distance off.
plant growth goes to the bottom of the map by like it's only 100 feet.
Yeah, it is taking its time. Okay, well,
Yeah,
we
it's
want
not like it was marching in your direction with purpose. Not at all. It doesn't seem to. If it knows you're there, it doesn't give a damn because it's not acting like it knows.
Lars will just pipe up saying, well, if the Shalcia will know about this creature and where it is and how we've overgrown this area to make it harder to reach us, we could just leave it to them and carry on with our ways. We don't have to face this creature, although curious it may be.
We can't leave it here. And we can't leave the portal here to let more of these creatures come through.
But we cannot stop the
I'm not
portal.
sure if we can. Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't have any way to tell it besides drawing an anchor, and the anchor is not on this side, and I'm not sure about you, but I'm not wanting to go through that.
Unless it is the anchor.
Would the anchor come here and risk closing the portal?
Because it
Or
feels
anything.
like. Because it thinks it won't.
But there's no. That's just an assumption. Do you have any?
If-
I was
More
going to say
creatures have strode out through the portal.
I was going to say, at least we would have cleared the path, but I think my statement just answered itself.
Whatever this decision is needs to be done now. We're wasting time.
I don't think we should.
Okay. Well,
And time soon, all of the work we just did will be undone.
group vote right now. Stay or leave. I
Stay.
vote leave.
Leave.
Or Lars, it's up to you.
Lars looks at his rifle, looks at the group, kind of head down, sighs. I should
The
always make.
Chelsea is dealing with a dragon. I don't think they care about the merc at the moment.
So you think we should deal with it ourselves?
I
They
think
would
we ought
certainly
to.
send for more. If they needed to.
Someone just tell me what to do.
I'm
I
not sure if
can't
we can do it.
decide.
We're here now. Let's take care of it to the best of our ability.
How
There
do we know
are
we can
more
beat this?
coming. We've already sent a rider.
But what if we kill this thing and the portal doesn't close? We would have wasted our opportunity. We would have wasted our efforts.
No. We would have prevented whatever that is from wreaking havoc on this plane. Like I said, we sent a rider. There will be reinforcements coming. At least to investigate, if not to aid.
But we don't need to put ourselves in
Dire,
danger.
real fast.
We just need to hold the line.
On the so we like Nikolai of course knows what the bottom of the map looks like with the portal. What does the other side of the portal in that geography generally say? Like, is it does the cliff end and dip down again, or does it continue? Like,
There's a hill.
keys.
There's a hill behind the.
Okay.
like
Could
I
we
said-
get to it by circling around it?
I mean, you could literally just travel down the road and then cut southwest again off.
there is a third option. We could go around it, not to deal with this, try and stay as stealthy as possible, and deal and suicidal as it may be, the portal.
There are stealthy creatures around there, though. Presumably, there should be all around. This is where they come from.
Yeah, then that's a gift.
Lars will quickly just say, I was taught that when you're on the offensive and you have won, you press the advantage. So, I vote for pressing the advantage.
Okay.
Then
Well,
come
that's
up
3
with
to
a
2.
plan.
Well,
Need a good
let's get
plan.
closer. It's gonna take them a while to get towards us. We can probably find a better spot to get set up and ambush it, although I don't know how effective that would be. I can support Lars in spotting and attacking. Give a little edge. As for you three, I don't know. But let's at least start moving.
I feel like we have a perfect advantage here. We have the woodlands around us. I have a shot from miles away. We can still prepare ourselves, fortify ourselves further if we need to.
How long is this conversation taking?
Well,
What was that question now?
About how long is this conversation taking, like in minutes?
More than 5?
Gotcha.
I'll do what I can, but I don't like any of this. And I don't know how much I can do. So that's what I've already done. If you have any orders, then.
What do you think we should do, Kenna?
Maybe try.
You go to address Kenna and you notice that her attention's already been diverted and she is watching the creature.
It's still just making
shout
its way
out.
from tree to tree. And it is
you-
taking its good sweet time.
Did you say there were more like it that had come out of the portal, or were there more of the animalistic creatures that had come out of the portal?
There's not been another one like it. There have been more of the others.
Okay.
Most of which have sort of walked much more calmly than before, moving into the clearing, finding a comfortable spot, and then burrowing into the ground.
We are 600 feet away.
Something like that.
Right. Yeah.
The number keeps changing. Several hundred feet away. Yep.
I want to fight. It was 300.
Initially, you said the hill was 600 to 800 feet away. When he went to go fly.
No, when I went to go fly, it was 300 because it was like 3 rounds for me to dash back from the portal.
Yeah, that's
say we
not
move
what I heard, but okay.
That does sound right. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with.
All
We're
right.
gonna stick with 300.
Then we are a lot close. So, like, my thing is, I don't know if y'all ever like really measured out 100 feet, but that's not far.
It's not.
Like, I measure 100 feet daily, like all day, every day for forestry. Like 100 feet is not far at all. So, like 300 feet is like I could shout and you could hear me at 300 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're not far away.
I mean,
It's literally like 2 more of these maps.
Yeah, it's not a far distance. If you think like a mile is, thousands, and you can see for a mile. So if we're 300 feet away, then, we're pretty much next to it.
Then we should lure it.
we could hide in the plant growth and shout out to it. Try and draw it in closer. Get it to move faster.
And it's got to get through the overgrowth, which is challenging at best. We still have the high ground.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Are we all ready for that?
Get behind cover. I'm tired of waiting.
Another group of creatures has emerged from the portal 5 this time, and they run off to the left and right into the woods.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, let's get ready.
And I'm going to do lock on.
Okay. Make another perception check.
System again.
At advantage.
First one is 14 plus 1, 15.
Kenna walks back over to her boulder.
My second is
You're real high.
my second was 11 plus 1.
Neither succeeds.
But I will spend 2 points to auto succeed.
You can't
That's
do it
on
on
saving
attacks, only
throws.
saving throws.
Oh.
Well, yeah, this is an ability check, but yeah, it doesn't. I think it's specifically for saving throws.
It is.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, it is.
Oh well, no lock on. In that case,
You can spend one to. You need like an 8, a 19, I think.
yeah.
Well, he
no,
rolled a
yeah,
19 and succeeded.
Yeah, I'll can I re-roll one
Yeah.
then?
Spend
spend
1
a
point to
point?
roll another. Yeah,
Yeah.
that counts.
Come on. Low chance. 18, 17, let's go. Natural 20.
There you go.
Hey.
I'll
That was worth
picture
it.
that. I'll picture that.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, natural 20 for lock on.
21 will do it.
And I'd like to cast Seeing as a reaction. So when he makes the attack, I'll throw it on him. I know he'll already have advantage, but it's just for the extra D4. Actually, I can make it a D8.
Technically, I'm not hidden, aren't I?
It doesn't matter. Like, you're not, like, you haven't rolled a stealth check, but it would also have to be aware of you. This is one of those situations where you're so far away. Most creatures can't really sense you unless it's keenly aware that you're present.
Yeah.
So if you were to attack it, for instance, yes, it would be surprised and you would have an advantage.
So sure shot would be active then.
Yes.
You can roll your damage twice and take the higher result, and I'm gonna one-shot this.
You don't have 2 shots anyway.
And
Exactly.
yeah,
So I can double. I can
also, if
double
you'll-
my
if you'll
weapons
let my-
damage die.
if you'll let my Seeing go through to add a D4 and a D8, because I'm gonna spend 3 sight point on the piercing.
This is gonna be right. No, right. Okay, so you've got lock on my screen. Let me just go into my thing and just put down what I'm gonna do. So sure shot,
Add
one shot,
up.
and I just need to know what I need to roll now.
Well, you're making an attack, so first and foremost, before we give it any cares about damage die,
Yeah.
you need to see if you can hit the creature. So roll an attack at advantage with Poetic Justice.
Come on, hit that 20.
The first one was a 5 plus 8,
That's not good.
so 13, and the next one is a 16 plus 8.
That'll hit.
Okie doke.
Lot
Right.
better.
How do?
So, you're doing 1 shot, so you have 2 die rolled into 1, so it's 2d12.
2d12. Oh, that's cocked. That's cocked. That's cocked. Come on, that's cocked again. That's a 4. That's cocked.
No, I'll just...
6. 4 and 6 is 10.
Okay, we're gonna add twice your dexterity mod.
Plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then you had Seeing cast on you, which does what, Nikolai?
D4.
So it's a D4, and because I have a free sight point, I'm just gonna put it in chat. I'm gonna do the piercing, so it has a D4 and a D8. added on top of that, unless
roll-
unless the D4 gets turned to a D8, because I don't know about that wording on piercing.
If an attack it does an additional 1d4 damage.
Yeah, it depends on the wording.
I think it's just a 1d8. That's how I'm gonna.
That's on the 8. There you go. Okay. So
I'll roll.
have an additional.
Yeah, I'll roll the d8. That's the 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
You were hidden. Did you roll the weapon damage die twice?
No. I will do that again though.
So yeah, roll 2 more d12 because you rolled a 4 and a 6.
That's a 9 and a 7.
Okay, those are both better. So 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus 10, 32. That is our total. Okay.
Oh, if only I got down that 20.
Well, I guess that's how we're kicking things off. Oh wow, that's fun. I would like all of you to roll initiative. Because we gotta figure all the shenanigans out.
Do we need to click on our token first?
I suppose I will switch over the map.
Back to the norm.
Oh, damn. An even higher. Yeah. I do like the image of the appraiser boys on that boulder, though.
I really wish I'd have rolled a nat 20 on that hit. That would have been pog.
You can only do it so many times.
That would have been.
I know.
That would have been cinematic, though, too. Like, oh.
So I need an initiative roll from okay, Gwen got a 9. One from Canada.
I need to remember I'm on 2 inspiration points. Sniped from the back.
Kyle?
Did he die?
Ow.
No,
Where's Kyle?
I'm here. I actually got a natural 20 for plus 2, so 22.
Nice. A lot of high initiatives.
I got a 9.
Yes,
And
I
that's where it
included
evens
you.
out.
I
I also did
rock.
state that while they were trying to do this, I walked back over to my boulder.
Yes. You are back on your
This is my boulder.
So the shot rings out,
Boulder.
striking the creature as it's just kind of walked up to a tree and has its hand pressed up against it. And then the shot just strikes through that shoulder and tears throughout the other side. You can see that bone and blood just kind of spray and spatter into the snow on the ground. And it kind of crumples to one side, leaning up against the tree heavily now. And then eventually it rights itself and it turns and just stares directly in the direction the shot came from.
Well,
All
it's
of the
very good.
mounds around it begin to shake.
Oh, that works.
And the first of the creatures begin to reveal themselves. And when they do, they get onto all fours and they prime themselves to run, but the creature barks at them and they stop.
Yep, he's intelligent.
And it begins pointing them to different positions. Most of which, when you watch them begin repositioning, are behind trees and rocks. And it stares. directly where the shot came from. Nikolai, what would you like to do?
Baz jumps off the rock.
Oh boy.
You can jump off the rock on your turn.
Okay.
Technically, you guys are looking at this. You guys are up on your stationary hill from a far distance away, so this is what you're actually doing.
That would probably be a good act. Sort of. Oh, I have 3, and so I'll be fine. I'd like to cast with the 3 side points that I have left. I'd like to cast Fly again. And because that's an action, make my way 20 feet off the ground, 30 feet off the ground, just slightly over the plant growth, like 60, yeah, like so, like 45, 60 feet.
I need a number.
Hovering over the plant growth, 60 feet.
60 feet.
I'm trying to remember what a diagonal movement would go. Diagonal and then forward would be off the rock. So yeah, 60. That'd be his turn because it's an action and movement. He can't do anything else.
Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry, Dyer. Just to quickly just say, I forgot that the weapon deals additional damage based on half my gunslinger level.
okay.
And I think that was 3.
Alrighty then.
Sorry to say.
No, that's fine. I have accounted for the damage. Okay. Nikolai is now flying in the air. And from your prime position, and from most of you who are up on high ground, this creature, which is now staring directly in your direction, stares and then begins to slowly step behind the tree that it was admiring, removing itself from sight. Okay. Kenna.
Question: if I want to try to observe something specific or recall something specific, is that my action?
Depends on what it is, I suppose. Just what are you trying to do?
I didn't do this when all the conversation was happening, so I didn't want to interrupt. But it was, when I was staring at him for that perception and that whole time,
Mhm.
I was looking to see if there were any remaining signs or symbolism on his body or on its body that would denote any kind of druidic nature. Because the first thing he went to when he came into that portal was a tree.
Make a perception check.
I just wanted to see if I remembered seeing anything important.
Mhm.
13 plus 4, 17.
There was no detailing about this creature that would lead you for anything like that. You didn't see anything.
Okay. Has snowstorm hit yet?
It's close. The snow is picking up. It's not directly overhead, but it's blowing in now.
Okay. Is it within the battle space? You know what I'm looking for.
Your battle space?
Yeah, you know what I'm looking for.
The creature?
No. The reason I want a dark cloud overhead.
Oh,
Not yet?
no, not for that purpose.
Not yet. Not yet? Alright, not yet.
You got another couple of minutes before that, before you get really prime conditioned for that.
Okay. Well, I may just wait for those couple minutes. You never know.
Be a long couple of rounds of combat.
Hey, sometimes. I'm actually going to try and I'm gonna go ahead and actually try to hide behind this boulder.
Yeah. Doable. Make a stealth check.
Yeah, I plan on it. That's another natural 20, sir.
Nice.
For 22.
Yeah. Who'd have thought that a Goliath hiding behind a boulder would actually conceal them?
Also with a flaming small bear.
Yep.
And very red hair.
Yep. I like to imagine that Emba didn't realize what you were doing and you just had to grab him by his little bear leg and pull him down.
Do I need to roll stealth for Emba?
Actually. Well, Emba, but see, Emba has his own thing, so.
Yeah. So that's my action. My bonus action is to control my spirit. Saving my reaction. So Emba is going to move his movement towards Nikolai and Lars.
Okay.
I should really have my spirit stats memorized.
One day.
Is movement 30 feet with a hover, or is it a 60-foot movement always?
I thought it was only 30 feet.
That's what I was thinking. I'm just gonna quickly.
I'm pretty sure it's only 30.
I think it is too. But anyways, yeah, I'll let you know. But it's just gonna actually, you know what? Action dash.
Sure.
Action dash to the boys.
Little fiery ball bear just kind of goes woo.
Yep, and that's gonna be it.
Okay. Emba's close distance with Moldaheim. Given that Nikolai is flying. Edelweiss.
Okay, cool. I have no idea what we're doing besides just.
You guys are just up on a hill,
chill.
yeah, really far away, and no one's really doing much of anything.
Okay. Since people stood talking, I guess I will yell in Infernal and ask, "For what reason have you come here, stranger? To this world?"
Make a con check. Let's see if you can get your voice to carry that far.
I knew I should have minored illusion, but
You said the wind picked up. How fast is the wind going?
oh, wait a minute. I already have my Nora number first. That's a 17, I guess.
Like I said, the wind's picking up pretty well. It's not quite a gust, but it's enough that if you're not behind cover, the snow being blown against you is an inconvenience. It'll affect your visibility.
So it's blowing strong enough to affect visibility. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, Edelweiss, your voice carries pretty well. You have the advantage that this is the region's kind of craggy and rocky. That there's quite a few up and down hills. So the voice carries through this kind of this long open trench where this portal's opened up. There is no response, however.
I tried. I will stay outside watching, or trying to watch as uncomfortable wind blows. I have not seen a reason to hide yet.
Sure thing. Quinn.
This. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm looking at the map with the portal on it. Is that the right angle you want me looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause you guys are basically just up on a hill with a bunch of plant growth between you and it, and there's nothing in that area. So this is what you guys are looking
Okay. And I can't see anything from there?
There are no longer any creatures in sight.
Okie dokie. I am going to find cover somewhere. And yeah, I'm gonna find cover, hunker down, and I'm gonna hold an action with the crossbow to shoot somebody if they come within range.
Okay, well, so just to clarify, your long range on that thing is 400. So
400,
if something
yeah.
appears, you just want to take a pot shot at it?
Sure.
Okay.
Can't really do anything else right now.
Muldaheim.
Yes.
It'd be me. So
It'd be
first of all, hop off the rock.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use my one simple act of putting away my weapon, as in. But as I do that, I want to see if I can try and goad it into coming closer. And I don't know how I can do this.
Yell at it. You can
Oh yeah, I
stare
want to
at
yell
it.
at it. I want to yell at it. I just know that I'm proficient in deception and persuasion, and I want to know if I can persuade the creature to come closer. But I don't know if I want to do that by saying, "Hey, I've got no more shot. Why are you hiding?"
We're so weak and helpless. Come get us. Oh no.
Yeah, like something like that. Like I don't know how Mordahai would say it, but it would be almost like feigning weakness. So as he's putting the gun away, he would purposefully yell. I'm gonna say this in a sarcastic tone, but please don't take it as such. Like, "Oh no, I have no more shot. What am I to do?"
We are so helpless and defenseless up here on this hill.
Why did I take that shot? And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do.
It's weird because it's right in between it being a lie and it being the truth, but I think it's a deception check.
Okie doke. Well, I'm proficient in it, so let's see what I can do. Oh, that's a 10.
It does not seem to garner any immediate attention.
That's fine. Like literally all I wanted to do is this turn, jump down, put the gun in the box and draw out the daggers and wait. That's it. Gun in a box. It's my gun in a box.
All right. Well, in which case, we're going to cruise back up to the top of the initiative, which, more importantly, now, because clearly, as has been determined by Ryan, we're in a bit of a standoff. So what is more important is to determine intent, because I'm not going to sit here and cruise through initiative order, 30 times so a couple of minutes can pass by and clouds are finally in a convenient position for Canada to do something, while y'all just stand there and wait for them to do something. So what is going to happen? What is the plan?
All right, I'll go. So I seem to be the only person with a plan. Good sir, can I just ask you, how tall is the plant growth?
That's an interesting question.
These are all the hard-hitting questions, my good sir.
I'd like to imagine, because it has to be high enough that it's going to slow people down from walking through it. So it's not like it's short, right?
No, it's like in my head it was like 3 to 4 feet tall. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 feet.
Like
That would-
belly button size almost.
yeah,
Like you're wading through brush.
I like 3
size?
feet. I like 3 feet.
Okay. All right, 3 feet, huh? So 1, 2, 3. It's like waist, right? It's about waist. All right. is there any bonus? What I'm trying to get to, is there any benefit I can get from having my small size wildfire spirit bear to try and stealth through the plant growth?
You could.
Or,
I mean, it might, if it lingers too long in one place, might start setting fire to some of it, I guess.
you know, I always thought that there would be an aura fire effect, but it's only when it teleports and appears.
Yeah.
There's never a consistent fire radius around it, so I think it's pretty neat.
It's because it's just a little baby fire elemental.
So I would like to have Emba. Also, I need to get this straight because I don't know if we ever... Can I telepathically communicate with my wildfire since it's part of my soul? Can I just think and it hears?
Like this, I mean, this one I think has to be covered in this step.
It's not. It only says it takes my bonus action to...
Basic commands. See this creature. And comments, but it takes immediate action. The only action you can take is dog attack, and it take another action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, they usually make note of how you can communicate with it. So when you're giving it orders, the fact that it doesn't say it has to be able to hear you makes me think you can just think it.
Think it. Because it's like, ultimately, it's like a part of me. Like it is internal. So I'm going to silently think as my bonus action for when it goes after me. This is. Do you just want plans, or you want a turn? I was gonna try and. I wanted to try and sneakily sneak through the like out the side from where the boulder from where Nikolai was, or where the shot came from, out into the plant growth, and to just continuously kind of like stealth in their arcing direction. If you're trying to think of what this all accumulates to, is I can cast spells from my wildfire spirit. So I'm trying to get my wildfire spirit to get closer and seeing how close they can get in a stealth manner.
How close do you want it to get?
Till they notice it.
Okay.
And yeah. In order to do the sneaking, the bear wouldn't be hovering, which is a big bummer. You can't just have it hover like an inch off the ground.
Why not?
All right, sweet.
That's what hovers. That's literally what hover speeds are meant for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just gonna like glide across the ground, so its impact doesn't do any ground disturbance, hopefully to avoid ambush. And Emba also has water walk. So until they notice it, or it can get within, until it can get within 120 foot eyesight of Needleman.
All right. Well, I can give you two conditions on that, which is it can get within 125 feet. It has no idea where the creature is.
I didn't see what tree it hid behind.
Like you did, but when he gets close enough, it can't tell that it's there. It could still be standing perfectly behind the tree profile, in which case it's hard to see, or it could just not be there anymore.
Emba would actually leave the overgrowth to actually go around to get eyesight. It's more important that he gets 120 foot eyesight on the Needleman and stays in the plant growth.
Okay.
So my goal is to have him flank around stealthily. And I will roll whatever you want me to, but that's been my going plan this whole time. If no one else has one.
All right, we'll sit on that one. Anybody else?
Well, Nikolai doesn't want to waste this fly. So he'd like to cautiously, because he knows they can climb, go forward and try and scout them out. Not really caring being stealthy. Just quickly zip by. And he'd he'd just like to spot enemies And if he can, in between there, like take shots, destroying some of the smaller ones, because he knows that he can usually kill those in one hit.
Okay.
So
you're going to be within 60
play
feet?
Nikolai. Yep.
Alright.
Generally.
All right. Again, we'll put a pin in that real quick. Anybody else?
No, Lars will be watching for flanks behind or either side.
I didn't know what the plan was going into this whole situation, so I'm still kind of like, what do?
Okay. When you come up with a plan of your own, let me know. Gwen?
See, can I see any of the divots where things had burrowed down? Anything like
Perception
that?
check.
Okay. Just bring dice up.
Gotta, get that fly out of your eye real quick.
Yeah, I went fishing for that while everyone else was doing their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like it went in there and it kind of was like, oh, hang on, let me see. And then you smushed it, so you got like bits of bug in your eye now. Yeah, it's terrible.
God.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
So you're fishing out like fly bits now. It's,
God, I bet it's squishy too.
it is. Yeah,
Really?
like it's just like a quarter of one eye of your vision is just like a little bit smeared and dark and green. It's very.
No.
Gwen's been having a great time while this has been going on. Okay, perception 16.
You can identify a couple of positions where it looks like they've burrowed.
Okay. How long is this? Like just one turn that I have to do this, or do I have a little bit of time
So
to do setup?
we're kind of gathering larger overarching plans from everybody. We're gonna kind of
Okay.
see how they unfold.
Let me check something real quick. I have. Huh. Can I poison some of my bolts?
If you want to take some time to do that, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question, Owl. Did you forget there was like poison and acid damages these guys? Because I like to remind you, might not work too well. Question mark.
I don't know. Anyway, how many bandages would you say are in a healer's kit? 10?
Sure.
Okay.
Cannon.
10 bandages in a healer's kit. Sounds about
Every
right.
healer's kit everywhere.
It has 10 uses.
Well, that's fair.
I have 3 mystery poison samples, which are actually the kiss of death samples that we took from Edgar when he died.
Mm-hmm.
We've been carting those around.
Well,
I'm
his
going-
blood samples.
Yeah, but it's contaminated, so it's probably at least a little diluted. I'll hold on to that. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap a couple of, let's say, 3 bolts in bandages, or just the tips, so, to try to make incendiary bolts.
So you're just gonna wrap them in gauze and light them on fire?
Not yet. I have a little bit of wax, or I guess like a tar-like substance that would have been in my alchemist kit.
Okay.
And I'm going to apply that to sort of, make sure it's not just gauze. It's got a little bit of fuel to eat. And I'm going to take some pot shots at these guys in the snow with these incendiary bolts that I've tried to rig up.
Sure thing.
Thanks!
All right. Which also reminds me, Nikolai, I need you to make a perception check as you begin flying over to try to find people to pick on.
First time. 24.
Okay. You can identify several targets that are hiding beneath this. You, however, when you start doing your flyby, you don't notice where Prickly Boy is. You can see many of the
That's
other
alarming.
creatures, but you can't see Prickle.
Prickles.
That's fine. I'm just disarming you by giving him a cheeky name.
Actually,
That's fair. I was gonna thaumaturgy call him Spiny, so that's fair.
Okay. And for the sake of keeping this easy on myself, Nikolai, you spot pretty much you spot pretty much all of these guys hiding. So I'm just gonna move these guys back to the two. Gwyn, you identify basically the first four, the ones
Okay.
closest.
All right. Did I see where Prickly went?
Nope.
No.
Nope. You guys know
Alright.
the tree he was last seen behind, and you have not
That
seen him
tree.
since.
Can I see that tree still? Can you ping it for me? Okay. Now, let me ask you this question, Dar. Does the snow come all the way up to the bottom of the tree, or is there a little bit of cover where there's like maybe some pine needles, maybe some duff that hasn't been precipitated on?
First of all, look at you using your work skills. Secondly, the snow is quite high.
Okay.
You are in the thick of winter, and there's just been tons of snowfall.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, it's not like
And,
these guys have to gather snow to bury themselves. They just kind of they could fall like face first into it and then start crawling through it, and they.
Do these trees look particularly flammable?
I mean, you've seen Kenda set plenty of them on fire. Do you think your bolts with their limited fuel will set fire to one of these trees? Probably not.
Probably not. Do I think that they're going to get... God, I wouldn't know. Owl knows now, but Gwen doesn't know. What's an old tree and what's a young tree?
Are you sure? She's pretty woodsy. You sure Gwyn wouldn't know?
Yeah. Yeah, the younger the tree is going to have less bark cover on it, generally. But it also has... looking for like ladder cover, anything that'll ignite, but I don't think I have enough with these bolts to do that. I know.
Kyle from
Anyway, all right, we're gonna stick to the original plan. I am going to attempt to shoot, let's see, this guy through the snow.
Sure. Nikolai, here. Do me a favor. We're gonna do something scary with you because I want to put some pressure on someone. 'Cause everyone else is keeping hundreds of feet away, but you're not because you're nuts. So we're gonna put you on the map.
Yeah, yep, I had a feeling.
Yep.
Oh,
And yeah, just
okay.
choose just the way to sort of put yourself. You know, with an For the record, can people see this map without having tokens on it? I'm pretty sure I don't have lighting set on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see everything.
Okay.
But we can see him flying around, Mr.
Yes.
Flyboy.
I just wanted to make sure everybody could see everything.
Yeah. So, like generally anywhere on the map, or is there a
Well, so like you would have
restricted
entered
to?
onto the map, and we would say you have 60 feet of movement from like that corner, right? So like, put yourself somewhere within 60 feet of the top right corner.
Okay. After spotting all those boys, he's going to not like that.
Yes, there are many people.
So instead of really going far out into the map, he'll like stay pretty close to where he came in, just go up higher.
Okay. So how high
Like,
up are you going?
If he was at 30 feet off the ground, he'll go another 30 to make it 60 feet off the ground.
All right. Just on the edge of the range of your attack.
Almost like it is, yes.
Who'd have thought? Okay.
Speaking of which, can I throw one out for the boys?
Please select your target.
The closest one that would have been in range before I
Okay.
rocketed into the sky.
All right. Gwen and Nikolai, make your attack rolls. They're gonna have cover.
Throwing one out for the boys.
Oh, cool.
Kyle, if
Yeah.
you'd be so kind as to roll me a stealth check for MB.
That's a
Another
15.
natural 20.
Oh, we're killing it.
The druids are so stealthy.
Crushing it.
So is that for myself or just for Emba?
It's for Emma.
Okay, yeah. So 22 if he's got a +2.
Nikolai.
The stealthy fire bear.
Yeah, it is. It's real funny. He's got his own theme music. Nikolai, your attack, it strikes into the ground where you saw a mound, but it crushes the snow and flattens it, and you can tell there's nothing in there. You think it's burrowed a little bit further away from the initial position.
Okay, and then he flies up, and that will be that.
Okay. Gwen? An attack roll, if you will.
She had to stretch. She's been sitting on the floor the whole time. She's coming.
Okay. So I rolled an 11 plus 7. So 16 to hit.
Okay. The 16 will connect.
Awesome.
Roll a d12 and a d4.
Alright, I'm trying to discern what these geometric shapes on the floor are. Oh, an 11 plus
Nice.
a d4?
Yep.
4.
I was
Nice.
15.
confused. I was confused because I was thinking you were looking at some weird tiling on the floor, but then
I thought so too for a second.
Dice. I was like, why?
Yeah, I was gonna say, stop looking at the floor, Al. We're playing D&D, and I'm like, wait, hang on.
I'm in the floor.
Are you, no, this ain't Ubisoft.
All right, so with Nikolai sort of dive bombing, firing off an invisible blow, and finding no success, flying away, the crossbow bolt sort of whistles through the air. It connects with one of the spots that you've spotted, Gwen, and you kind of watch as there's a moment where you see the bolt sink in, and then as it pops.
The thing pops.
Yep, it
Oh,
explodes.
that's fun.
He looks very dead.
That's fun. That's like playing whack-a-mole.
Let's do that again.
Yeah, Gwen just knocks another arrow, just giggles to herself a little bit. You're just gonna start passing the time trying to take these guys out.
Imba is making his way down the hill slowly but surely, moving from cover to cover using the plant growth to disguise itself, and is doing a very good job.
I would also like to head on the left side of the boulder I'm behind and try to sneak my way down.
Okay. I'm gonna want another stealth check.
All right, let's see if I can get my 420. This marble dice is really liking me today. Nope, that is definitely a 13 plus a 2.
That's still not bad. 15 still.
Yeah, but I'm much larger than a small animal.
Well,
so.
I mean, yes, but again, you know, I mean, from what you've been told, the creature is mostly blind, so you got that going for you. Or at least that's what everyone thinks.
Yeah,
but all
I
right,
really doubt that. This is a daredevil situation.
Kenna, you'll start making your way down.
Okay.
Basically, Imba is 30 feet ahead of you. So
Okay.
you'll have like a 30 foot segment between the two.
Okay.
After that initial salvo, you guys can all hear, most of you at the very least. So no, Kenna, Gwen, Nikolai, and Portia, who does like the weird dog like head tilt. You'll begin to hear a series of clicks, kind of echo up from the small valley below, where all these creatures are buried. And you'll begin to watch as some of the humps will sink and vanish, and they'll begin moving position underneath the snow. So again, so you make another
We
perception
hear
check.
that, but can we see where they're going? Actually, I'm trying to stealth in some 3-foot shrubbery, so I can't see anything.
Does my 20 passive perception catch any of them?
You notice the ones immediately beneath you, given how high up you are. It's hard to follow a lot of them, but the ones that are closest to you, you can see where they're going.
Okay, where'd you leave me at? Up on the hill still? Question mark?
Like everyone else. Yep.
Oh, wait, what? How many feet away is the hill from this?
300 feet.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I
I
feel a
remember.
little bit like a broken record.
I know, I just like, why are people
So,
getting shots? I'm like,
everyone was
oh,
able
because
to-
Owl has a lot of range.
Yep.
And music's close, and Kenna is sneaking around.
Sneaking down, but Kenna's gonna take several turns to get closer. I mean, within 125 feet, it's still gonna be at least a solid 10 rounds. No, 5 rounds.
If anything, if Gwen is gonna keep throwing up hits, I'm going to do the help action, I believe.
That can be a thing. You can just add
So,
to the spotter. Like, I think I saw something over there.
Yeah, I'm not good at it, but I could help.
That is the name of the action.
Yeah.
However, because we started so late today, we're technically already 20 minutes past what should be normal end time. Before we get into any denser amounts of this, because this is going to take a lot more time to still resolve, we're going to stop there today. As unfun as that might be.
That is fine.
Fair.
I can finally take a shower. It's only been 6 days.
Oh no.
It's
So
alright.
Fine,
So,
because hopefully I can get my own Wi-Fi finally for Roll20 by next weekend, or in 2 weeks, I guess.
In 2 weeks, yeah. I have to talk to Owl about scheduling and seeing what that looks like. I'll keep you all posted.
You know, Owl.
Although if it makes you guys feel any better, next week I'm probably taking off from all of my games except Friday because of birthday week.
Hey.
Nice.
So we will see.
Your birthday?
Yeah, my birthday is the 25th.
Very nice.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do have some news about my scheduling.
All right, just one
And
hot
things
second.
are starting.
One hot second. Because I try to remain slightly like 40% professional most of the time.
We're still streaming.
We are still streaming. And people don't need to know about your schedule except when I announce it over Twitter. So we're gonna end there. I've written down everyone's kind of basic plans here in my notes, and we will pick back up whenever the next game is, which is what we're gonna go talk about after this finishes. But so we don't drag this out any further. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thank you for playing, all of you. I'm glad we finally got back together again. It took
Good
way
to be
too
back.
long. And because this is just how it works. Until next time, stay frosty, everybody.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.